Friday, it's just every man for himself. Try to get there early.
Wait, what?
It's the last Friday of the month, so we'll see you at the butcher shop starting at 11 for Steak Burger Friday. No reservations needed.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Make plans now to be at the Pine Bluff Regional Park Saturday, October 28th for one of the world's largest barbecue championships. It's the annual Sissy's Log Cabin Smoke on the Water Championship presented by Saracen Casino. Food trucks, sampling, craft vendors, games for the kids, and it's all free for the entire family. And this year's event is headlined by Bluff It, featuring the Son of a Sailor Band's tribute to the one and only Jimmy Buffett and the Coral Reefer Band. For more information, visit SmokeOnTheWaterBBQ.com. This ad paid for with a combination of state funds and Arkansas's Land of Legends Tourism Association funds.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acree and Wes Moore on the Buzz Radio Network.
20% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Todd's picking it up. Let's go.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still even him starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, now the picture connects. Never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote. His will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds. The skill of an artist. This is 20% skill, 80% gear, be 100% clear, cause Ryu was ill. Who would've thought he'd be the one that set the West in flames? And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Ryu had the stupidest verse, this dude is the truth. Now everybody giving them guest spots and stocks through the roof. I heard him with that stock.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name.
They call him Ryu, he's sick and he's spitting fire and Mike. Got him out the dryer, he's hot. Found him in Fort Minor with top, but a fucking nihilist porcupine. He's a bit tight. Women wanna be with him, rappers hope he gets 8 years in the making, patiently waiting to blow. Now the record with your notice taking over the globe. He's got a partner in crime, this is equally dope. You won't believe the kind of that comes out of this kid's throat. He's not your everyday on the block. He knows how to work with what he's got, making his way to the top. He often gets a comment on his name. People keep asking him, was it given that birth that doesn't stand for an acronym?
Well, I think if you look at both clubs, it's amazing how close we are as far as theirs. Both teams play very well defensively, and I've always been a big believer pitching defense. We talked about it this spring. Every team does, I know that, but you know that has to show up every day. Hitting and pitching is going to come and go, but we need to catch the ball, and you know don't beat ourselves. And these guys have really done an incredible job of coming out every day and working on their defense, separating their defense from their offense when that's not going well, and doing what they can to help the pitcher get out.
Bruce Bochy, at a million years old, is about to win a World Series potentially. So we welcome you in on a Friday. It's so great to be with you, and I didn't even play the song, Christian. I'm so out of sorts. Anyway, I didn't have any Razorback football to talk about, so I was a little bit confused. Anyway, it is Friday. We're happy to have you. It's a rainy Friday. It's not actually Good Friday. It's spring. But it's pretty good Friday.
Rain's good.
Arkansas football.
Yeah,
we got
that's
Razorback basketball tomorrow.
We do.
That may be even better.
We have something else to celebrate on the Hill, and we'll get to that in a second. All right, so the world. This is when we're going to talk about it, so let's get it out of the way because we're not going to touch on it again probably. Anyway, the World Series is happening. Starts tonight, in case you're interested. And
Wes is interested.
He's very interested.
Yeah.
I'm becoming more intrigued as time goes on. So I'm like, if it's still raining at 7 o'clock tonight, do I stay home and watch the World Series? Oh, I got to go?
You got to go to the game.
Dang it.
You talking about the PA game?
No, I'm talking about the Little Rock Christian game. Should I go watch my kid play or should I stay?
Yeah, you should go watch your kid play. Who are they playing?
The Greenbrier.
Oh, that could be good.
No.
Well, they'll kill him. Greenwood.
That's good for me.
Greenwood and PA is going to be good. I think.
I hope.
I think Greenwood.
PA hasn't lost at home in 10 years. That streak is on the line.
They're about to lose tonight, I think.
Hey, weather nerd. Every time I tell you what the weather is, you argue with me, so just tell me.
I got to
tell him.
What's the weather?
It's going to be.
Is it going to rain tonight or is it going to be out?
Off and on. Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Especially for Greenwood, PA, I'd like to have good weather.
Well, it hadn't rained in 2 months.
Pigskin, that would be worth your trouble to drive across the bridge and go watch that game tonight. Honestly, if I didn't have a game, if Maddox didn't have a game at home tonight, I would absolutely be over PA.
No doubt.
I would walk over there, though, because it's going to be crazy.
There are a lot of people, including myself. I'm not going to say that. Greenwood is one of the 2 best teams in the state. And I think we're going to have a Greenwood-Benton state championship game.
Wait,
I think they're both great teams.
Hang on. Whoa.
It's my opinion.
Okay, hang on.
Okay.
One of the 2 best teams in the state with Parkview.
No, in 6A.
Oh, okay. Well, sure, of course. That's
their classification.
I don't think that's any big debate. Is there any discussion?
I mean, there's some at Little Rock Christian and Pulaski Academy, and maybe West Memphis. I think they have a chance, but
a lot of them have a chance. But if you want to argue that they're one of the top 2 teams in 6A, that's an absolute. I don't think there's really any argument to the contrary.
No.
See, I have a nostalgic connection to Greenwood because I did the pregame talk for them when they played Pine Bluff, and then they lost. And and Coach Jones never asked me to come back again. But his mom goes to church with us, Donna Jones.
Well, you know what? You're still preaching, and he's not coaching anymore.
That's
so
true.
Who's the big winner here?
Well, I think Rick's made enough money.
Well,
he probably
Missouri,
doesn't have to coach. Yeah, but he's not.
He's like an analyst.
Yes.
Yeah.
He used to be like the chief of staff to Drinkwitz, and now he's like semi-retired, so he still works and scouts and steals signs like Michigan, but he doesn't make as much money at it. So that's where he is. So yeah. Hey, I heard something brilliant on the afternoon show yesterday. An interview that John Neighbors was doing.
That afternoon.
Yes, not the other one. He was interviewing Brandon Marcello, and Marcello just went out and said with that manifesto and stuff, and some stuff has come out in the last 12, 16 hours about that. This is an inside Watergate deep throat leak. It's pointing back to the athletic director, Ward Manuel, and I hope they send him to the penitentiary.
Wow. You're saying that Ward Manuel turned in Harbaugh?
I'm saying Ward Manuel hates Harbaugh's guts. He wants Harbaugh out. He's always wanted Harbaugh out. This is an inside job, my friend.
Man, really?
That's awesome.
Cue the Pearl Jam song.
I'm just telling you, that's what the word is. And so
that's an Arkansas thing, right?
That would be a great story.
That would be massive. Yeah. It really would.
It'd be amazing.
Well, Michigan's in the best. They're in their best 3-year run in the last 50 years. And the athletic director, all he's doing is hitting Harbaugh. I mean, I told my son, I said, can you imagine if this were at Alabama and somebody came up and they're going at Nick Saban because someone was stealing signs? Whoever reported that, they would find them dead in a ditch somewhere.
I assume that there's no line on this basketball game tomorrow. Can I shift gears? I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're all over because we started World Series, but then we went to high school football because you asked should I stay at home and watch it.
I thought you were going to take odds on if Ward ends up dead. I'd say
I don't think they're going to kill him,
2-1.
but he might get fired. I'd love for them to be able to pin it on him. That'd be awesome. There's no line on this game tomorrow, right? There won't be a game.
It's not an official game. It's a scrimmage.
So what do you think? Well, it's not a scrimmage.
Arkansas is going to beat them.
You do?
Yeah. The giant Canadian will score 27 points and nobody else will do anything. There you go. I've watched Zach Edey a lot.
Yeah.
And as Christian is fond of saying, no one in the NBA wanted him, which is true, but that doesn't mean that he's not an effective college player.
I think he's going to be a great pro, like possibly an MVP.
In Europe.
Chinese Basketball Association.
I'm going to say this. It shocked me this morning. I was reading up about it, and they were talking about how they're going to match up with him, and obviously, if Graham plays, that'll help, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. He is 300 pounds.
He's huge.
I had no idea he was that big. Today we're not going to do him in the birthdays, but today's Andrew Bynum's birthday, and I can remember he was at a Memphis Grizzlies game with the Lakers one day, and I walked up to him on the floor, and I was like, dear Lord, why did you put all this mass into one human being? He's enormous. I don't know what Bynum played at, but it wasn't 300 pounds. This dude is gigantic, but he carries it well. He doesn't look like he's 300 pounds.
He really does.
He looks like he's 270.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens. I'd be at my ideal weight if I were 6'11".
Same. I can relate, but it's amazing to me. I'll be curious to see how they defend it. But again, you don't have to be 6'11" and play a 6'11" guy.
The very tall are different from you and me. We got this guy that plays membership at church. He's 7 foot. And I stand up next to him, and I feel like I'm 5 years old.
Yeah.
He's so much taller. It's just amazing.
Did this 7-foot guy play basketball or anything?
He did.
Oh, okay.
He played back in the day. Played in the military.
Actually, was a race car driver.
He couldn't fit in the
car. They wedged him in there. Anyway, game's at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Yes, there is a broadcast. And it's on the SEC Network Plus. Manny Watkins is going to be doing color with Josh Haley, whoever that is. I think it's the normal. I assume it's Coach Z and Chuck tomorrow because Chuck doesn't have a football game this week. Anyway, I saw some stats here from the university. Muss and Matt Painter, 2 of the 8 coaches nationally to average at least 25 wins over the last 8 seasons. This is the third time they've met. Arkansas and Purdue have split in the past. First meeting, 57-51 in the 1939 Sugar Bowl Classic in New Orleans. The most recent, 1983 in Tampa. Arkansas won 78-68. Alvin Robertson, 26 points and 8 steals. School record in an NCAA game. Darrell Walker, 23. Joe Klein, a mere 12 points, but good enough for the victory. Should have talked to Joe about that if he would ever show up anymore. So good luck to Arkansas this weekend.
He shows up to Morning Mayhem.
He does.
He just stiffs you guys.
He's very upsetting. He's going to have to bring in a whole smorgasbord to make it up to me.
You guys, you're not old enough to remember Alvin Robertson in college.
No, I remember him as a pro.
Let me put it this way. He was a holy terror. He's one of those dudes that if you're bringing the ball down the floor and he's picking you up, you're just asking the Lord that the game will go by quickly before he picks your pocket and just terrorizes you. And then Walker was almost as good, maybe better. Those two, I don't think in my lifetime I've seen a better defensive backcourt than Darrell Walker and Alvin Robertson. Unbelievable.
He was a great pro too.
Both of them a little bit offensively challenged.
Yeah.
They weren't great shooters or anything, but defensively they were just terrors.
He's pouring buckets out there.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, good. We've needed this.
No doubt.
Good.
Pigskin, who do the Wolverines have this weekend?
Bye.
They're playing Indiana?
The FBI?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's funny, Wes. No, we're out stealing signs about that, too. The Ohio State people have been really amusing me. That's the only reason they've beaten us the last 2 years. I'm like, no, I think the offensive line knocking your defensive line 5 yards off the line of scrimmage is the bigger reason. But they're trying to pawn this off like that's how we knew what was going on. I'm like, no, we physically dominated you.
We've been focused on the Florida game against Georgia because Arkansas plays Florida next. We have not talked about Georgia playing a team coming off a bye next week as well because nobody believes that Missouri can give Georgia a game except for me and Josh.
If it were at Columbia, they gave them a game last year, but yeah. I think Georgia is going to be focused. I don't think Missouri's got enough athletes to stay
When is
with
that
them.
game?
A week from Saturday.
Yeah. And Georgia's coming off a huge game with Florida.
My point is, Missouri's on a bye because all we talked about is Florida, and Arkansas is on a bye.
Yeah.
But Missouri being on a bye might be significant because they could actually beat somebody.
Yeah.
It could, but Florida's not good enough to push Georgia. They're terrible.
Well, they still have to prepare for the game, though. My point is they're playing a game, and they're all traveling. So.
Well, and losing Bowers is a big thing. He was about half of the offense. So but it's not like they don't have somebody over there that they just haven't been going to. I don't know if you guys have noticed. You might have. I know you don't watch Pittsburgh a lot. Pickens is probably one of the 4 best receivers in the NFL right now. The guy that came from Georgia. And he was great at Georgia, but they didn't throw him the ball at Georgia.
He got hurt
and missed that year, but even when he came back, they didn't throw him the ball all that much. He's just incredible. And they got somebody in the receiver room at Georgia that could step up and do that.
Loaded with 4 and 5 stars.
Thank you.
Somebody will replace him.
That's
But
it.
Bowers is a different
Bowers
animal.
is.
I mean, there's a
Bowers
reason
will
why
be a top
they say
5 pick in next
pick.
year's draft.
No, he's the best receiving threat in America.
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
But I will say this. I saw a good tweet from our buddy Brian Edwards. Napier in Florida, when they're the underdog, they're covering like 80% of the time.
Mhm.
He was like, and this is a pretty big line. He feels like Florida's going to play them close enough to cover.
Really? Well, I hope he's right.
What is the line now? It was a 14 or 14 and a half, I think.
Wow.
Let me look it up.
I think it was a 14 at Oaklawn when we did the show in the middle week. So
I was thinking that's what he said yesterday in his tweet.
They're on a
Are there any other good games in the SEC this week?
Not really.
Kentucky game's intriguing. They're coming off of a bye, too.
Who they got?
They're hosting Tennessee.
That could be close.
Yeah, it could be a good game.
I would pick Kentucky right now.
Yeah, I would, too.
I would not.
Tennessee's coming off that huge game last week against Alabama. A little bit of a letdown. Kentucky was sitting at home. They're
Exactly.
hosting.
Tennessee
Kentucky
didn't
needs
win.
This. I know.
Yeah, if they had won, I'd feel different.
I think they're just
I
down.
think what Wes just said is spot on, and I think Joe Milton finds a way to throw this one away like he did last week.
You don't have any respect for Joe Milton. That's clouding your opinion.
He's Uncle
maybe.
Rico.
Okay, I'm not saying he's good.
He can throw a football over those mountains.
Georgia, Florida's 14.
Okay, I like Georgia.
Yeah,
I'd feel good. At worst, I'm getting
Georgia
pushed.
wins and covers.
It isn't a great weekend, honestly.
No,
you got, the Utah hosting Oregon game is intriguing just to see how many points will be scored to me. That's what my under
I don't know
was
if you
the
guys
pick.
have covered it. Every time I come in, it's like old news because you've had a whole week of shows. Tell me you saw the call that stole the game from Iowa last week.
Yeah, I did.
It might be the worst call I've seen in the last 10 years.
We debated, then I went back and watched it again. I thought it was absolutely
He was
ridiculous.
pointing to his blocker to get the guy, and his arm was just like flying
That was a
behind
left
him.
hand. That was the
It was
problem.
a left hand, but he
Yeah.
did not do this. He did not signal for a
He was
fair
doing it
catch.
sideways like this.
You cannot take that touchdown off the board.
I agree.
You can't do it.
They did.
I can't believe Ferentz didn't just go completely
I would have
nuts.
lost my mind. But again, he didn't see it live because I'm sure he's not just watching the returner. And if he had seen the whole thing and he had maybe gotten a replay immediately after, he probably would have flipped out. But again, I go back to this. The coverage unit didn't stop. A flag was not thrown for an illegal fair catch. I mean, none of that happened.
Exactly.
So there should have been something should have happened. Then they went back and reviewed it, allegedly, because they want to see if he stepped out of bounds. So the whole thing was a farce.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know how they ended up with that call.
That would have been one of the most...
review?
They reviewed it and then still messed it up. That's what they did.
What was the review for?
I don't know. We all thought, when it happened initially, we all thought they were reviewing because he was right on the sideline, whether he stepped out of bounds.
Right.
They may have been reviewing to see if he made a fair catch signal, which he didn't. So I don't know why.
That kid is absolutely electric. He's
Yeah.
going to be a great NFL player. He will.
It's just a bummer because for Iowa, that's the kind of thing they need to happen for them to win. It's just pathetic, but...
Well, if they win that game, they probably win the West again.
For sure.
They might anyway.
And they might anyway, yeah.
But
Wisconsin's playing Ohio State this weekend, I think, so they're going to get beat.
Wisconsin's awful.
Yeah, they're not
You
good.
know, and PJ Fleck. I mean, if you're a Minnesota fan, how sick of PJ Fleck are you at this point?
You like rowing boats or not?
Oh, he's so bad.
Is there any good... what's the best game this weekend?
I can't think of anything that I was interested in.
Is Duke and Louisville this weekend?
I think
Yeah, that's
so.
it. Louisville, I think, is favored maybe. That might be an okay game. We're reaching. If Utah's quarterback was playing, the Utah-Oregon game would be awesome.
It would. They can't score enough points. Of course, I said that against USC, and
Right.
look what happened.
Right.
The pig farmer dude's stepping up.
The difference is Oregon rather has a good defense and a good offense.
Right.
I think Oregon will find a way, but I don't think it'll be a very high
Let
scoring
me
game.
ask you guys a question. You've been observant of this for many years in this league and elsewhere. Does Oregon keep Dan Lanning, or does he come back to the SEC if some big offer is made? Or does Oregon match and beat said big offer? What do you think happens?
Let's see if he wins something. Let's let him win something first.
But if let's say that he...
All signs point to him
Yeah.
being a good coach, but...
Okay, let's say he's made a really couple of dumb decisions at the end of games, but let's say he wins the Pac-12, and then
Okay.
maybe next year they get to the playoff or something. If somebody makes a big play for him, the next SEC job that comes open, do you think he'll stay in Oregon? Because look what Cristobal did. He did pretty well there and then goes to Miami.
I think he had connections there. I think any ties to another school that makes sense for him. Where was he before? Was he in Georgia? Yeah, if
Kirby Smart dies in a plane crash, then he goes to Georgia.
Or let's say Nick Saban retires.
Then maybe Alabama
would
gets him.
Alabama not be an intriguing job? Of course it would be.
You'd have to take the Alabama
to.
job, even though it would drive you crazy.
Yeah.
Because you go 11-1, it's like, Paul, we need to fire that bum. He lost a game.
Also, how's Oregon fit in the Big Ten when they move forward, right?
Well, that's the other thing. I'll tell you who should be
They fit better in the Big Ten than some other schools
I'll tell you
do.
who should be worried about that is everybody except Michigan and Ohio State, because I think those guys coming over makes things really, really difficult.
Are they going to go divisionless?
No divisions.
And there's how many teams total?
16, 18.
18.
Yeah, 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Penn State's never going to win anything.
No.
And the Michigan
This was
State,
their chance.
Michigan State might as well just scrap the program and start, doing water polo or something.
At least they're good at basketball.
That's true.
Yeah, they think they are.
They are.
Kind of.
They're top 10.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be good this year.
They're going to be a lot better than us this year. Juwan is
One other thing here, quick, before we get to the break and talk to Clint, and I'll take a couple of calls too. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, and I'm really walking the line here because it's a little bit
Johnny Cash.
It's just weird to me. So Northwestern State, Wes's wife attended school there, and Wes has, I'm sure, covered the Demons over the years from his time in Shreveport. And I've been to Natchitoches a ton of times. It's a nice little southern, town or northern Louisiana town.
It's a good description.
Is that where Mark Duper went to school? The receiver from the Dolphins? They used to have all those speedsters. Anyway.
I don't know about that. Anyway, the point is they had a shooting, and a player on the team was killed. And now they have decided to scrap the season, and the coach, Brad Laird, has quit.
Really?
He's retired. He basically hung it up. I don't know if he's retired, but he's done there. Now, they have not won a single game this year. They were about to play this weekend a team that had never won a game this year. It just seems odd to me to shut down an entire season, an admittedly horrific tragedy. To have a player killed in the middle of a season or any time is awful.
But you're suggesting since they're losing, that probably contributes to the desire not to play.
Regardless of all that, and again, I'm not here to cast aspersions on my friends to the south. I just don't understand the thought process of a Division I football program shutting down an entire season because they had a tragedy amongst them.
I don't get that either.
I don't understand the thinking. What do you think about this? I don't want to be too hard on him, but it's a bad deal. But
I don't know how. I mean, of course, when someone dies, how the accolades that come. It sounded like to me he was the heart and soul of the team.
Sure,
and it just ripped,
well. How about going out
apart.
and winning one for the Gipper? That's been done before. Maybe you dedicate the season to him or something. There's one precedent of this. When John F. Kennedy was killed, they were playing college games just like the next week, and almost nobody wanted to play. And yeah, exactly. Sometimes maybe you take a week off or something, but not the whole season.
That was my thing. I didn't mind them canceling a game. The weird thing is they had a cancellation a couple of weeks ago, too. Then they played a game. Then they came back and canceled the rest of the season.
Yep.
I don't know what.
It was a strange deal.
What, do you know what happened there? There was a Lamar game, I think.
No, and I meant to text Fletcher down in Shreveport. Comes on the show with us a lot.
Well, we know
see if he had some more information because it's odd because so many times you do see kind of like you were talking about Pigskin that you rally around this and play to honor him because you've heard it before. That's what he would want us to do, right? But I don't know the circumstance. If there's more to, there's got to be more to this.
They have still not made an arrest in the murder either. That's another point to be made too. So there's a killer on the loose in frickin' Natchitoches, which is I don't know what the connection was. Yeah, but apparently this kid was like a great citizen, great kid, great player. And the program has never been particularly good, but they've had their moments of competitiveness. So it's a tough gig to say the least. And I'm not trying to bash Brad Laird, but I don't understand how you walk away at this point. Unless, maybe it's mutually agreed upon because they weren't doing very well. They weren't very good the last couple of years either.
Saw the writing on the wall anyway. Yeah. And once they decided to cancel the season, he's like, well, I might as well leave too because you're about to fire me.
Yeah, I do find it hard to believe that if they had won 3 or 4 games that they wouldn't continue on the season. Anyway, it just seemed like an odd thing to me. Anyway, don't want to be a butthole, but just curious. All right, so let's get a couple calls in here. Victor is up first on a Friday. What's up, my man?
Oh, not much. I appreciate you taking my call. Hey, Pigskin was talking about Darrell Walker and Alvin Roberts a while ago, and he said they wasn't, terrific offensive players. That Darrell Walker was one of the best for his size inside. He'd get in there with the trees, rebound,
get his
shot back off. He made a living inside, even in the pros. I just one thing I remember about Alvin. It was a better outside shooter, but Darrell he could do it. He could do a lot of things inside that most small men can't do.
Absolutely.
That's my 2 cents.
There was a series Christian, you'll appreciate this. The Knicks were playing the Pistons. The Pistons were just getting ready to go on that run. I think it was 84, 85. And Isaiah Thomas went nuts, but Walker made the winning play in the last game of the series to strip him of the ball. Walker was just a ball hawk extraordinaire. He was great.
Kev says Alvin Robertson, one-man press. That's pretty good.
Yes,
and Ed, who is an Ohio State fan, says pump the brakes on the best receiver with Bowers. How about Marvin Harrison Jr.? I'm like, okay, well, I'll listen to that, I guess. Can we just say he's the best threat at tight end? For sure, but he's among the top 3 or 4 receiving threats, too. Brenton Stuttgart, what's up, buddy?
What's up, Justin, Wes, and
Pigskin.
That other guy.
Man, what's up? Piggy, what's going on, Piggy?
Not much, brother. What you doing?
Hey, I got one thing to tell you, Piggy.
Tell it.
I wish the NCAA would let Jim Harbaugh alone.
Amen.
The NCAA.
You like that idea?
Yes.
Weird.
The NCAA's got no power. I don't understand what they're trying to do.
I'm telling you, son, it's the Michigan athletic director fueling all this. That's what it is. He's encouraging it. I think he leaked it to the NCAA, and I think he needs to be fired post haste.
Is that Ward Manuel?
Yes.
I believe?
Yes. AKA Jabba the Hutt.
What's he wanting to do? Get rid of the best coach in America?
Yeah, he wants to get rid of Harbaugh so he can hire
Same
one of
with
his
Michigan.
buddies. That's it.
Replace him with Turner Gill, no doubt.
Thank you.
Oh, my. All right.
I mean, that's brutal, dude. Ward Manuel, if he's doing that, he ought to be fired.
No, Gill was with him at Buffalo
Justin
before Ward went to UConn. Maybe he'll bring Kevin Ollie in to coach the football team.
So he's not concerned about men's basketball, but he's trying to run the football coach out of town?
Did you notice that?
Weird.
But he defends Juwan when Juwan's assaulting other coaches in the Big Ten.
That guy had it coming.
Well, everybody wanted to punch Greg Gard, but that's beside the point.
Hey, Justin, you
Sir?
there?
Yes, sir. No.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I put
Paying me.
Ward Manuel on the same page I put Hunter Yurchek. Useless.
You suck, Brent, so bad. No offense.
I would love to have
so
Hunter
dumb.
Yurchek at Michigan. He'd be great.
Oh, we'll give him to you.
I'll take him.
No, we won't.
Send him over there.
You need to get off of Hunter Yurchek, bud.
We'll give you guys Ward Manuel and 3.
Brent, I really do. I really appreciate you as a caller, and it's Friday, and I'm trying to have a nice time up here, but you're going to piss me off, and I'm going to have to call you dumb, and I don't want to do that because I like you and I respect you.
Well, let me say this.
All right.
I just want Hunter Yurchek to get this football program straight.
Step one
That's all
is
I'm asking.
getting rid of the offensive coordinator, and they've done that. So let's see how the rest of the season plays out, and then we'll make a decision, okay? Good leaders don't jump at the first sign of trouble. They let things play out a little bit. Sometimes you got to pump the brakes a minute, man.
Okay, but I promise you I won't bring up his name again, but don't ever call me stupid on the radio.
I didn't call you stupid. I didn't call you stupid.
Oh, you didn't? I'm sorry.
I didn't.
I thought you did.
No, I didn't. I didn't even call you dumb. I said I was going to have to if you kept bashing Hunter Yurchek, but we're obviously going to come to terms.
Hey, you and I are good, okay?
I love you, Brent. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Love you.
By the way, I talked to our buddy Quinn Grovey yesterday.
Yes.
They're very excited about the Justin Moore concert. Said it's almost sold out. Only a few tables left, and if you're interested, you need to call the foundation. It's going really well. The NIL fundraiser, which is what
Justin
Arkansas
Moore's
needs.
doing a fundraising concert for NIL?
Yep.
At George's.
Really?
Yep.
Good for him.
I mean, how much are they going to raise?
Hundreds?
Thousands.
Hundreds of thousands.
Okay, let's just say they raise $1 million. It's still a drop in the bucket comparatively to what they're going up against. It's great, though.
That'll buy KJ's new shoes.
When you need
Louis Vuitton.
You need $10 million.
$20 million, and they've got 5.
Okay. Justin, we need a concert series. I need a residency at George's.
This is Sports Center.
3 of the 4 teams in Division I football are in action this weekend in the Natural State. First off, it'll be Arkansas Pine Bluff at home. They take on Jackson State at 2 o'clock this Saturday. Then it'll be Arkansas State taking on South Alabama on the road in Sunbelt action at 4 o'clock on ESPN+. And finally, it'll be Central Arkansas also at 4 p.m. taking on Tarleton State. Also catch that game on ESPN+. The one team not playing this this week. The Arkansas Razorbacks, who are on their bye week, they check in at 2-6. They have yet to win a game in the Southeastern Conference. Their next game is next Saturday when they take on the Florida Gators at 11 a.m. at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium in Gainesville. You can hear it right here on 103.7 The Buzz. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
The Arkansas Outdoor Expo is coming to Simmons Bank Arena in North Little Rock, October 27 through 29. Tour over 50 fully staged RVs and take advantage of special RV Expo pricing on the top RV floor plans. We'll have RVs starting at less than $5 a day. Food and entertainment, plus a chance to win an RV as part of the Ultimate RV Giveaway. Learn more at campingworld.com/Arkansas Expo. See dealer for details and disclaimers.
A psoriasis flare-up can make a walk in the park, well, no walk in the park.
It's that obvious, huh? I've tried so many lotions and creams, but I still have symptoms.
So those don't do enough to treat the inflammation beneath the skin, leaving you with those uncontrolled symptoms.
Makes sense, but what else can I do?
You can get real with your dermatologist so they can help you get clear. Make an appointment and, you're already on it.
Hi, yes, I'd like to make an appointment.
Get real clear about psoriasis at letsgetrealclear.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
O'Reilly. Protect your engine better with Syntec Full Synthetic High Mileage Motor Oil. Only at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec High Mileage is formulated for today's engines with over 75,000 miles. Now get 5 quarts of Syntec High Mileage and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $34.99. Limits apply. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Where can you find 16 cold beers on tap, the largest Irish whiskey selection in town, weekday happy hour, as well as college, pro, and even World Cup football games all on big screen TVs? Oh, and let's not forget the great food, great drinks, daily lunch specials, music on the weekends, and a private party room available with reservation. Well, of course it's Dugan's Pub, your favorite Irish pub in Little Rock since 2010. Dugan's Pub, downtown 3rd and Rock Street. DugansPubLR.com.
Come on, man. Welcome back to the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Give us a call at 661-1037. Now, back to the Zone on the Buzz Radio Network.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. I'm rocking my pants, putting suckers in fear, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom, explosion. Overpowering, over the competition. I'm towering, wrecking shop. When I drop these lyrics that I'm
Stoerner, play action, looking, pumps, goes down the middle. Touchdown, Arkansas! Oh my!
Clint Stoerner is brought to you by Crain Hyundai of Conway.
Stoerner throws, caught. Emmanuel Smith breaks a tackle. Touchdown, Arkansas!
Visit them in Conway today or check out ChrisCrainHyundai.com.
Play fake, Stoerner steps out of trouble. Wow. To a wide open receiver. It's Cobb towards the end zone. Touchdown!
Well, we haven't talked to Clint in a while because the last time he was on, he had a different sponsor, and Dan Enos was the offensive coordinator at Arkansas. Or was he?
No.
No, he wasn't?
No,
okay.
All
right, not that much has changed then. Anyway, Clint, welcome back. How are you?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Big shout out to my man Chris Crain. I haven't seen him in a while, but I greatly appreciate that sponsorship. That's for damn sure.
Yep, we're happy to have him and you, and I appreciate you coming on this week to talk about whatever you want to get into. First of all, let me start with condolences. Sorry about your Astros, buddy.
Yeah, that was a rough way to go, wasn't it? Boy, that was at least they didn't. It wasn't a nail biter. At least it was. They took the wind out of the sails from jump, man. That when that lineup got hot, and real more so when Christian Javier got bounced in the first inning, and that lineup got hot. Stopping the bleeding was not going to happen for the Astros, and so big shout out to the Rangers, man. I know I'm not a real popular man down here in Houston right now because I'm on record of I'm supporting the Rangers. I mean, I'm behind the Texas team. I'm behind the team that beat my Astros,
And people around here don't really appreciate that too much.
Yeah,
so, but what the hell, man? Go Rangers.
They're going to root for Arizona? I guess because the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Well, yeah, it's a good. It's turned into. I mean, it was a rivalry, and now they took another step. This with this playoff series, and sometimes to have a good rivalry, you need one team to win.
You tell me if San Antonio makes the NBA Finals, you're not going to root for them?
No, I can't stand San Antonio.
I figured that. I'm just kidding.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I'm there, man. I'm rooting for the Mavericks if when they get there. Back when they won, hell, I was sitting courtside back in the day, and
fancy.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I just if my squad's not there, then I want the state that I was born and raised in to win. I want the team that beat my squad to win. I mean, it's a little easier to bite the bullet of that. Alabama's beaten us 17 straight times on the years when they win national championships.
I'll give you that. All right, let's talk about Arkansas and where they go from here this week. Obviously, it's trying to figure out how this is going to work with Kenny Guyton as the OC, and then prepare for Florida as they come off the Georgia loss, I assume. So what do you think's going on this weekend with those guys?
Well, hopefully Kenny Guyton is gone to work. I mean, hopefully he's pared the playbook down and putting a game plan together that these guys can execute and play fast. I mean, we've said it a million times. The one thing that gives you hope as a Razorback fan right now is this defense is good enough to beat Florida. This defense is good enough to give you a chance to run the table and go to a bowl game. I firmly believe that. And so with that said, look, if you can just tighten some things up offensively, and I don't mean all of a sudden become great. I mean, how about we run our quick game and we don't run and step on each other's toes? How about we run our screen game and our big-bodied receivers go and block well? How about we simplify the playbook to where KJ Jefferson's not being asked to be Brandon Allen or Ryan Mallett? I mean, there's some things there, guys, that I'm really excited about. That it doesn't take an experienced play caller or the greatest play caller in SEC history to hammer down in over 2 weeks and simplify some things and put a better product on the field. And, hopefully that's what Kenny Guyton and KJ Jefferson and Sam Pittman are up to.
All right. Let's talk about some other teams in the league, shall we? There's some other games of note this weekend. We got Kentucky, Tennessee. There's not a lot going on this weekend, I guess. You got Georgia, Florida. You give Florida any shot to upset Georgia this weekend?
I don't give Florida one shot at all to upset Georgia. Billy Napier is there's I guess you could say there's a little bit of progress there, and he's done well with his quarterback in the transfer portal, get the kid from Wisconsin. I mean, he's definitely an upgrade from what else they had. But yeah, Florida's not. This is again, as a Razorback fan, it's painful because this is a year when Florida's down. You get them on your schedule, and you could beat the mighty Gators if you handle business. And so, no, I don't give Florida a shot versus Georgia. I'm gonna tell you, man, it's been a long time since I've watched a Florida team and felt like they don't have the dudes. Like Florida's one of the schools in the SEC where you typically watch them, and they just got grown men across the board. I mean, they got dudes in there too deep that physically look as good as some of our starters, and I don't see that right now when I watch Florida, man. I don't know if Dan Mullen was not recruiting, if he pulled a Steve Spurrier when Steve went to South Carolina and decided to play golf instead of recruit. I don't know what happened before he got there, but Billy Napier doesn't seem to have the dudes that the Gators typically have in that locker room. I don't study them. I don't watch them game in, game out, but the handful of times I've watched them, Justin, they don't scare me like a typical Florida team typically does.
The difference is Spurrier golfed his way to 10 wins 3 years in a row. So let's ask about the game that is a little intriguing. We were having a discussion and debate in here. Tennessee coming off the loss to Alabama, going to Kentucky this weekend.
Yeah, look, I like Kentucky in this ball game. Tennessee is nowhere near as explosive as they were last year. Obviously, they got to run the football to win ball games, and at the end of the day, I don't know that there's anybody in the country that does less with more. More with less in that category than Mark Stoops at Kentucky. I mean, you're gonna get a good defensive ball game. You're gonna get a good game plan defensively. You're gonna get an offense that, while their quarterback that transferred out of NC State is not what they expect him to be. I don't think he's lived up to the hype at this point, but he is. I mean, they are going to run the football. They're going to play a clean brand of ball, and I think this is a game where the difference is a Mark Stoops coach football team is going to make fewer mistakes, and down the stretch, I think Kentucky wins this ball game.
Okay, I'm on Tennessee Island then. I'm the only one that thinks Volunteers are going to win a game this weekend.
Hey, well, look, I mean, when you got that play caller and you got a quarterback that's got the skill set that Milton kid's got, I mean, they could put up 100 in a hurry. Now that could happen, but if I'm wagering, I'm wagering on what I know, and that's Kentucky is going to put a good product out there.
I'm with you, Clint. The only good thing, Tennessee's got a good run defense, and we know Kentucky wants to run the ball. And if they stop them, Kentucky could be in problem. It could be in trouble. Clint, I want to ask you. I don't think many people believe Kenny Guyton is going to be the offensive coordinator next year, and so we've had some discussion about that. Bright minds, who could be the next OC? Is there somebody out there that you like watching, a play caller that you respect a lot, that maybe Arkansas should target?
Oh man, I tell you, Wes, I'd have to do some digging, man, and do a little prep for that to answer that one. I think at least somewhat educated. The crazy thing is just if you look at Arkansas, not crazy, but the thing that if you look at Arkansas is if you go away from and I'll use, and I'm not saying these guys should be the coach or anything like that. I'm just talking about the scheme. When you look at the power spread scheme that Gus Malzahn ran, and I mean, it's, of course he didn't invent it, but it's all over the country now. And you look at the Hal Mumme, Mike Leach air raid systems. Those two systems typically, by scheme, if the guy's good by scheme, those schemes will give you an advantage. They will help you in recruiting, and so to me, it's less about the name and more about it can't be another Dan Enos. And look, I love Dan, and Dan's a great quarterback developer, and with the right guys, offense looks. But it just can't be a guy that comes in and wants to be all things to everybody, and wants to ask his quarterback to be Tom Brady, or Brandon Allen was obviously, as we know now, been in the league for several years, a very cerebral player. They just got to stay away from those guys. The guy that comes in and is like, oh well, I'm going to fit my offense to whatever you have here. No, there's got to be an identity. There's got to be some kind of. They got to be able to use, for instance, they got to be able to use tempo, as a weapon. They've got to be able to recruit a little bit differently in the guys that they need, and can win with. So I'd have to dig if it were just the names out there, but. For me, it's more about the identity of what that guy brings to the table, man. It's just got to be a guy that's got a system that gives us an advantage.
Clint,
it doesn't have to be a 5-star quarterback, if you know what I mean, to come in here and be the man.
Before we let you go, let's talk some NFL. Cowboys this weekend hosting a Rams team that has been better than expected. What do you think about the Cowboys 6-7 games into the season?
Oh man, I mean that's a trick question, right? I mean they're just it's been up and down. I had a hard time not believing in McCarthy, and then all of a sudden they lose a couple games and look like garbage, and I'm like, man, is it McCarthy or is it the injury to the key player Diggs, and so I don't really know, Justin, at this point in time where I'm at with the Cowboys, which by the way is pretty par for the course with in terms of how I feel about the Cowboys. You watch them one week, they can go. The next week, you watch them, and I don't know if they can win the division.
Well, I don't think they're going to win the division, but we'll see. Phil, it's yet to be played out.
Well, you got 2 games against Philadelphia. Just got to win them both.
I don't think they're going to win the division. I'd like to reiterate. But you're right. They do have some say-so in that. They got some work to do. Hey, let me ask you about your Texans this week. You're playing on the road as a 3.5-point favorite against a Panthers team that has not only not won a game, they have not covered in any game yet this year.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. That's good to know.
They're the only team in the league that has not covered a line this season.
Ooh,
yeah.
Well, I wouldn't bet on them covering this week, man. I really like, look, DeMeco Ryans against the defensive-minded head coach, one of the best defensive play callers in the game. He is absolutely killing it this year, and he's overcome big-time injuries. And you look at him versus a rookie quarterback that that it has an offensive line that's struggling, that they've had to pare the offense down in Carolina to where everything's pretty stagnant. They don't have a receiver that's a vertical threat to push safeties deep. I mean, DeMeco Ryans is going to have his entire playbook wide open. He's going to be able to dictate what that offense looks like in Carolina. And so I wouldn't start betting them this week, man. We're stoked around here that the Texans are actually favored on the road. It's been a long time, boys, since that happened. But I wouldn't start this week betting Carolina.
I realize there's more to it than just quarterback play, but it's funny. Like, Stroud had 1,000 yards through 3 weeks, I think. And Carolina does not have 1,000 yards. Their quarterback does not have 1,000 yards yet. So I would say the Texans got the steal, getting C.J. Stroud. It's worked out pretty well.
I'm gonna tell you this, Justin. I don't, and I was not high. Obviously, I knew that C.J. Stroud was a top 5 pick, and he was a top prospect. I liked Bryce Young over C.J. Stroud. I thought C.J. Stroud, the one thing we knew was that he was going to transition to the league, and what we saw in college was going to transition: the pocket passer, the accuracy, the ball placement. But I'm going to be honest with you, man, and I don't know that I remember in the last 20 or 25 years. I don't want to go back to Dan Marino and John Elway and all them boys because I wasn't watching ball and analyzing and evaluating. But right now, I have not seen a quarterback in the last 20 to 25 years come into the league, start as a rookie, and do the very difficult, like, elite thing at an extremely high level the way that C.J. Stroud is. I mean, I know you guys don't watch the Texans film, but if you do, if you go, like, watch them play.
I watched them play the Saints. I didn't care for it one bit. Thank you very much.
Oh, my gosh, Justin. I mean, I'm talking about just like his mid-range game, the throwing into 7-man zones and hitting the voids just perfect, and throwing a ball where your receiver runs through it and doesn't have to stop his feet or doesn't have to jump to go get it. I mean, he just does it effortlessly, man.
Yeah.
He already does the things that the great ones, all the greats that came before him, he already does those things at an elite level in terms of the more difficult things. Now, he's got a way to go in terms of managing the game and getting in and out of the right play and the best play and all that kind of stuff. He's got a lot of work to do. But, boy, you watch him play, man, and the elite guys that they anticipate and they're accurate and it's effortless, I mean, he does that, man. This kid's special.
Clint's in love. I love it.
He didn't do it against Michigan.
He's always got to throw something in there, don't you?
I'm just saying, 2 straight years.
I'm with you. I said it the other day. I watched him his senior year. I watched more Ohio State football than I wanted to because I was hard on the kid, and I was like, I want to know what the hell I'm talking about. And I never. He was good. Don't get me wrong, but he is throwing the football and playing the quarterback position at a higher level the first 2 months of his rookie year in the NFL than he ever did at Ohio State.
Yes, sir.
And that's wild. That's wild. Bump up to the NFL. Bump up to a team where you're literally playing uphill instead of always having better talent, and you somehow take your game to another level. I mean, it's wild, man.
Brock Purdy.
We're watching. I've never seen it.
Clint, we got to run. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you.
All right, brother. Y'all be good.
Clint Stoerner coming back on Monday.
The best way to show up for tailgate season is with Mark McClarty Ford. Come see one of the largest selections of the best tailgating vehicles stadium parking lots have ever seen. And right now, take a whopping $12,000 off brand new Ford F-150s. That's $12,000 off. All with a 5-star legendary car buying experience. Come visit Mark McClarty Ford today, off Highway 67 and at markmclartyford.com. Better prices, even better customer service.
There's nothing quite like outdoor living, and at Razorback Camper Sales, we've been bringing the camping lifestyle to families for over 50 years. We're Arkansas's oldest family-owned RV dealer with the best parts and service department in the state. Razorback Camper Sales has everything you need for travel trailers, fifth wheels, and pop-ups. Find out why our customers are always happy campers. Come see us in Hot Springs or online at razorbackcampersales.com.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, 2-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
See Shelter Agent Christy Pettit in Maumelle, Matt Cooper in Russellville, or Madison Buse in England. This is David Dunn with Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer. Do you own or operate Max, Volvos, Freightliners, Kenworths, Peterbilts, or international trucks? We can offer you the same dealership level computer diagnostics with highly trained and professional mechanics without dealership wait times and cost. Whether you're a municipality, fleet, or small business with one truck, come see why our customers have made us the highest rated independent repair shop in Arkansas. Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer. Take exit 7 on I-440 or call 568-2185.
We're back here with Wild Bill at Motorsports Authority. Lots of folks talking football, but we're talking great deals, Wild Bill.
All of our customers are a winner right here at Motorsports Authority, folks. We're passing out the lowest prices possible for any vehicle that we got. We're passing out top dollars for the trades. We'll trade for just about anything as long as you don't have to feed it. And I tell you what, folks, we're having a great time right here at Motorsports Authority.
In Russellville on East Main and Hot Springs on Central or online at msastore.com. Get here to Motorsports Authority.
Go Hogs!
Saturday, October 28th, make your way down to the Pine Bluff Regional Park for the Sissy's Log Cabin Smoke on the Water Championship, presented by Saracen Casino, one of the world's largest barbecue championships. This year's event is highlighted by the onstage tribute to Jimmy Buffett from Bluffett and his Son of a Sailor Band, a show that can't be missed with costumes, props, and conga lights, all the looks and sounds of Margaritaville. Music, barbecue, food trucks, vendors, and games for the kids. It can't be missed. For more information, visit smokeonthewaterbbq.com. This ad paid for with a combination of state funds and Arkansas's Land of Legends Tourism Association funds.
You never know what's going to happen in the zone.
It's a big week and the Tide are going down. Are you ready, Eddie, or not? Let's freaking go!
Well, he's not the brightest tool in the shed. Or the sharpest.
Let's see what the guys are up to today.
Got old bag phone, old flip phone, old phone. It's worth something at Gwatney Chevrolet. Right now, they are giving you some down payment assistance on those old phones, up to $750. That's a good deal. The reason they're doing this right now at Gwatney Chevrolet is because they've got 2024s coming in. They're trying to get rid of all these 2023s. Right now, you don't have to make a payment on a new vehicle until 2024. Next couple months, no payment. How great is that? Also, 0% financing on Silverados. Great deals on the Equinox. Also, go to the website, GwatneyChevrolet.com. Take a look at all the inventory and take a look at all the deals. If it's a previously owned vehicle you want, right now, less than $300 for some of those cars. A monthly payment, less than $300 for some used vehicles at Gwatney Chevrolet. Head on out to the Gregory Street exit and see our friends at Gwatney Chevrolet.
Savage is on the line. Let's get him in here before we hit the top of the hour. Got Champs and Chumps coming up a little bit later. Tom Murphy on the other side. And a special appearance by Eli Craner on this Friday. What's up, Savage?
What's up, brother? Hey, Justin, you can call me stupid all you want to. I'm secure in my stupidity. So.
Oh, I am too, believe me. I said yesterday I will not stand for any besmirching of Hunter Yurchek's name. The guy's doing a phenomenal job. Stop it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Hey, talk about the Arkansas State coach, talking about the Arkansas staff on how they handled D Ford. What's y'all's thoughts on that?
I didn't hear it.
I didn't see it. What did he say?
He just said that they didn't give him a chance to play. That he's a good shooter, and they didn't afford him the opportunity to show his skills. I guess he scored,
I think Darian Ford is a phenomenal player, and I think he's an incredible human being. But he was surrounded by a little bit different talent than he is in Jonesboro. Fair?
Yeah, no doubt. It was hard to get on the court last year.
Yep. Plus, the team went to the Elite Eight, right? I mean, it's hard to argue with the results.
Yeah, I just thought it was curious. The Arkansas State's so
listen, he's a very confident guy, and I like what he's doing. I hope they win a lot. I think maybe that's the jolt of confidence they needed in that program. I hope it goes well. Although I like Coach Bellato too, but I hope that he finds a way.
If you were in his situation, wouldn't you play things like that up? Because then you got a better shot at getting some of these high school seniors. Yeah, you can go up there and sit the bench for a year and then get pushed out, or you can come over to Jones Vegas and play right away.
I've never understood why that program should be elite. That's what they really. I mean, they love football, but they really do love their basketball.
They do. Arkansas loves basketball.
Yeah.
I was there with 10,000 people watching women. 10,000 watching women. Adrian Davey. I mean, they love basketball up there.
Well, I hope they win a lot. I mean, it would be good.
Yeah.
So.
And fans have to get used to it. I mean, Muslim is going to continue to do this. He's going to go to the transfer portal and play older guys, and there's going to be less and less. Yeah, if he can get a McDonald's All-American and some 5-star, he'll get that player. Right. That player may not play the first year. I mean, look at this year with Blocker and Bay Fall. They may not play a whole lot this year. It's going to be the older guys, the transfer guys, the portal guys who play.
That could be used against him in recruiting. I'm sure it already is.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
He brought in some dudes, there's no doubt. It's 10:57. We're up against it. So anyway, we'll squeeze in champs and chumps here. But Tom Murphy coming up in a bit, and then Eli Craner. I know Phillip. I haven't talked to Phillip, but I hope he's coming in. Got a new horror movie out, and he did a write-up about the Stones. Didn't like the new Stones album. But, again, you got to give them credit. The fact that they can still put music together at their age is impressive.
The fact that they can walk is still impressive.
I mean, Mick's chasing around a damn 6-year-old and putting music together. I mean, that's pretty impressive, I think.
I thought their song "Angry" was pretty good.
I like the new song. I actually like the new songs.
I thought it was good.
I agree.
I haven't heard all of it, just a couple of them.
Sounded very Stones-like to me. That's what Christian said. I don't know if it's good or not, but it sounds like the Stones.
We'll question Phillip about that.
Yeah. He wasn't a big fan. 10:58. We're up against it. Stay with us.
At Southern Floor Coating, coatings are all they do, and they won't be beat on price. Factory-trained installers using the purest form of polyurea with UV stability for all your outside projects. When you call, you'll talk with a professional interested in your project, not a voicemail. Don't trust a fly-by-night company that may not be in business next year. Transform your patio, porch, or pool deck and call the real pros at Southern Floor Coating. 501-402-4912 or take a look at southernfloorcoating.com.
Okay, so far I've got Chad, Freddie, Darren, Gilly, Ronnie, Mike, Buddy.
What you doing, Hope? And what's with that list of names?
Oh, hey, Courtney. Just going over the reservation list for this week's Steak Burger Friday at the butcher shop. You know it's the biggest day of the month.
But Hope, they don't take resis for Steak Burger Friday. It's just every man for himself. Try to get there early.
Wait, what?
It's the last Friday of the month, so we'll see you at the butcher shop starting at 11 for Steak Burger Friday. No reservations needed.
Register and make your picks now for the Bud Light SEC Pick'em Challenge. Go online at 1037thebuzz.com and pick the team you think will win each week for your chance to win.
This is your official sports and entertainment station, Central Arkansas. We are 1037 The Buzz, KABZ Little Rock. Buzz News with Channel 7's Ryan Houston.
Little Rock police have identified the victim of a deadly shooting in the capital city. 21-year-old Marquise Harper of Little Rock was shot and killed around 8 Wednesday night at the Bella Vista Apartments on Mableville Cutoff Road. Police have not released any details about what happened. If you know anything, call Little Rock Police. A defense contractor is expanding its operations in southwest Arkansas. RTX, formerly known as Raytheon, announced a $33 million expansion to its manufacturing plant in East Camden Thursday. The new facility will produce interceptor missiles for use in Israel's Iron Dome weapon system and its U.S. counterpart, the Sky Hunter. The global government relations leader for RTX, Jeff Shockey, says cooperation from state leaders and lawmakers made this possible. For more news and weather, download the free KTV News and Weather apps. From the Channel 7 Newsroom, I'm Ryan Houston.
Your home for Dallas Cowboys football is 1037 The Buzz. Presented by Beachwood Pinnacle Hotels. America's team on your fun and game station, 1037 The Buzz.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
More rounds of rainfall today with a 40% chance of scattered showers. Still warm with a high of 82, and tonight's low drops down to 67. Even better rain chances over the weekend, and temperatures drop to the 70s. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Today's special at the Riverfront Steakhouse in the Wyndham Hotel. Dinner for two for $60. Split a 10-ounce filet, fried shrimp, and our famous salad bar.
Back by popular demand, Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville is letting you phone in your down payment this month. Instead of trading your old phone for a new phone, trade your old phone towards a car at Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville. This month at Gwatney, your old phone qualifies as a down payment allowance. Phone stores just want to trade for the newest model. Trade your phone for a new ride, and we'll give you even more value for your older phone. A current phone equals a $500 down payment allowance. Flip phone, $550 down payment allowance. Brick phone, $600 down payment allowance. But bring in Grandpa's old bag phone, that's a $700 down payment allowance towards your new ride. Plus, no payments until after New Year's. Everyone has an old phone, and everyone gets approved. 1301 TP White Drive in Jacksonville. 501-982-2102. WatneyChevrolet.com. Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Hey Razorback fans, it's Quinn Grovey. Check out the new location of Bell & Sword in Conway. Suits, shirts, vests, also polos with Arkansas logo gear from Johnny O and Peter Millar. A store within a store with Arkansas-made Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. Fantastic service with a tailor-on staff to fit you perfectly. Go to the new location, Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street, Conway, or on Facebook and Instagram.
RJ Hawk here with Chris Roberts from Southern Bank. And Chris, I know interest rates are high right now. That's what everybody's talking about. But if you're thinking about a project, whether it be a commercial project or you want to build a house, now's the time to come talk to you about what those future plans may look like.
You know, RJ, no matter what the business environment may be, we're always there to sit down with our customers and talk about their future plans and what's going on with their businesses.
And that's one thing about Southern Bank is they're a community bank. They want to be your partner.
Partnering with our customers is a key to how we do business.
And Chris, you know, we talk about those interest rates being high, but the one good news out of that is deposit rates.
We have some great CD and checking account rates. Just give us a call and see what one of our personal bankers can do for you.
If you want more information about interest rates or those deposit rates that we just talked about, call Chris and his team today at 501-424-0900 or go online at bankwithsouthern.com. Southern Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Not again.
Let me tell you about my man Tom. He had some serious bad luck. And one day he said to me,
when is my luck gonna change?
And I was like, you need to go to Tunica, bro. And he was like,
yeah, good idea, bro.
Tom was winning big money. People were cheering and kissing. My man was like,
this is amazing.
His losing streak was finally over.
Man, I cannot believe my luck.
Believe it, because when you're in Tunica, you're always a winner.
This is Pat Bradley for Brewskis, and the biggest Halloween party is right around the corner. Saturday, October 28th, break out the costume, get ready to throw down. Brewskis is going to be the place to party with karaoke in the bar and Dude Called Rob spinning all your favorite jams down in the basement till 2 a.m. VIP sections and bottle service, email brewskispubandgrub.com. Halloween, Saturday night, October the 28th. Come celebrate at Brewskis. Again, brewskispubandgrub.com. It's Brewskis, you home for lunch, happy hour, and late night.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. Football old-timers like Barry Switzer like to use the term Oski for an interception. Given that, Razorback Hall of Famer Gary Adams should be known as Mr. Oski. Adams finished the 1966 season with 7 interceptions, earning his first of 3 consecutive All-Southwest Conference first-team honors. His 13 career picks are only one behind the Hog record of 14, held by Steve Atwater. Decades later, don't throw anything near Adams, as he'll just Oski you. Yeah, we're watching you, number 22, and we're watching Doublebees for a tasty snack or meal of Chester's chicken, Big Rock pizza, a breakfast sandwich, or even catfish or a hamburger in Rosebud. Doublebees. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebees.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acree and Wes Moore on the Buzz Radio Network.
20% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but no, he knows the code.
He tried, yesterday. It was, I don't know, it was okay.
I love that clip. That is Eric Musselman talking about Jalen Graham's availability for this weekend. They need all the big bodies they can on deck to deal with Zach Edey in a game that doesn't matter in the big scheme of things. But it'll be a good test for both teams. Arkansas hosting tomorrow, 3 o'clock, and that is the top story in the Red White Report.
The Red White Report is brought to you by Big O Tires, with locations in Conway on Harkrider and in Cabot on Prospect Court. Big O Tires offers an endless selection of wheel and tire combinations. Big O Tires, they have everything you need to fit your budget and style.
All right, Pigskin, quickly. Give me 3 coaches who are better at earning a 1 seed than getting out of the tournament before the second weekend.
Calipari.
Yeah.
The Purdue dude, Matt Painter.
Thanter. That's what I was looking for.
Painter is one.
Yes.
Steve Alford did that a couple of times.
Sure did.
Yeah.
But let's not kick the dead.
Bill Self?
Yeah, Self has actually flamed out a few times. Yeah.
Did he make the Final Four last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he?
He's going to this year, too.
I thought they lost last year to Arkansas.
That's right.
Oh, I guess he didn't make the Final Four.
They won the championship the year before, though. Right?
Okay.
That's it.
Oh, last year Arkansas beat him. Come on, guys. I'm supposed to be the one that forgets everything.
Kansas is projected to be the favorite.
Yeah.
This year.
They absolutely are at Oaklawn. Anyway, game's at 3 o'clock tomorrow, in case you're interested. Matt Painter, by the way, is in his 20th year coaching.
Is that even possible?
19 at Purdue.
I watched him play.
How about this for a trivia question? Where did Matt Painter coach the 1 year he coached not at Purdue?
IU Purdue.
Northern Iowa.
I have no idea. I don't know. It says he's 19 years at Purdue. He's 413 and 198. And he, in his other place, he went 25 and 5. I'm doing the math
now
here.
We got to know where it was.
Yeah.
Southern Illinois.
Go Salukis.
The Salukis.
Carbondale, Illinois.
Okay, since the Wizard didn't know what Oski was.
We were talking about that in the break. The fact that there's a commercial, the Pigskins talking about Oskies. And did you play football at Des Arc?
No, not really.
Okay, that's the. I'm assuming they use that. Most
That's
people
the
do.
term for an interception, Christian.
You scream it out so everybody knows that you guys have got the ball.
Do you know what a Saluki is?
It's like a dog or something.
It's an Egyptian hunting dog.
I always thought Salukis were more like Huskies.
They do kind of.
No, they're built for speed, like Walt Frazier, who is the greatest Saluki of them all.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, these dogs.
Played for Jack Hartman.
Okay.
I've seen these dogs
I got one other thing, then we'll get Tom Murphy on. Arkansas, I don't know if it's a basketball school or baseball school. It's probably not a football school, but maybe a soccer school, women's soccer school. Wes, how about that women's soccer team up in Fayetteville?
SEC champions.
SEC. Regular season.
I don't think they chant that for women's soccer.
Volleyball teams nationally ranked, right?
Top 10.
Thank you. Apparently, Hunter Yurchek's pretty good at his job.
Well, the men's cross-country team just won an SEC championship this morning.
Huh.
So that's 2 SEC titles in the last 16 hours.
Baseball team worth a crap? Softball team any good?
The women's
Yes.
Gymnastics?
cross-country team
Yes.
finished second.
Hockey? Yes.
It's club
Wrestling? Yes.
That'd be great. I wish they would.
Bago? Yes.
Arkansas won 1-0 over Mississippi State, another top 25 team. Clinched the Western Division crown and secured the number 1 seed at the tournament, which is in Pensacola. What a place to go play soccer this time of year. How do you do? Facing the winner of Auburn, Tennessee, Tuesday, October 31st. That's Halloween at 5 o'clock. It's on the SEC Network in case you want to watch.
Good job, women.
That's right. Let's go to Tom Murphy on the Brandon Moving and Storage Hotline. Hello, Thomas. How are you?
I'm great, man. It's a lot of winning y'all were just talking about right there.
Buddy,
A lot of winning.
listen, here's the deal, Tom. I said it before. I'll say it again. I got 2 things I'm not putting up with anymore. First of all, I had people besmirching the name of Hunter Yurchek this week. I will not stand for it. I won't sit for it. I won't hear of it. Not on this show, not ever. You come up to me in public and try to say something about Hunter Yurchek, we might fight. Right. And again, I said it earlier, I didn't want to call the guy a name because I like the guy, and I'm not going to name his name again, but the bottom line is I will have to call you dumb if you come up and tell me you don't think Hunter Yurchek's a good athletic director, because that's what you sound like, a stupid idiot. And I don't want to have to point it out, but that's a dumb take. Just because the football team is struggling doesn't mean the AD's not doing a damn good job, so shut your face. Anyway, that's how I feel.
Yeah, he didn't miss all those blocks last week.
Darn right.
Thank you.
He didn't call all the bad plays.
That's right.
Anyway, that's what I feel, Tom.
Tom, have you heard the term Oski before?
Oh, yeah. We used to say that on interceptions during practice.
There you go.
Christian, everybody in the free
Christian,
world.
Okay, everybody.
Get in the game,
before
Christian.
the year of 1990.
You watch your mouth.
There's no ageism on this show, young man.
They still do it, I'm telling you. There's no doubt in my mind. Okay. Tom, do you think the
Who didn't know-
do the Razorbacks yell
Who
at
didn't
Oski?
know, Who didn't know Oski?
The Wizard, but he's not 30 yet.
Wes, you're on a lot of high school sidelines. You ever hear Oski anymore?
I was texting Buck James right now to see if they still teach Oski.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, Wes only goes to PA games, and they don't throw interceptions there. So
They get them sometimes, though.
Well, I mean, they did against Christian, but I don't see it very often. I didn't hear the Christian guys yelling Oski, so I don't know if it's a thing. Anyway, Tom, scale 1 to 10. How shocked were you that Dan Enos was let go before the season ended?
Scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the most shocked.
Most shocked. Mind blown.
I'd put it about a 3 because, I mean, even though Sam Pittman wasn't saying this week to week, every once in a while he'd drop a, well, I thought we were going to roll out more. And, just things like that. And, I used the word constipated a couple of times on just how they looked, like how they couldn't get freed up.
Right.
And it's just an accumulation of a lot of things. And come to find out, the volume they were carrying probably was weighing on KJ's mind, like having to digest a lot of stuff and make in-play decisions that were, I guess, just a little overwhelming. So, you know, I kind of think ideally they felt like we're going to get KJ ready for the league. You know, we're going to adopt more pro-style stuff, and it just became maybe too much.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, or I guess invariably or slowly over time, they lost the ignition of, you know, enthusiasm.
Right.
So we find ourselves where we are right now, knowing that there are some playmakers on offense, but just the inability to make things happen. I think ever since they lost Luke Haas, it's gone to a different level of frustration, I'd say, offense.
Yeah, I would say that's fair. I will also say,
what game did he go out?
Luke Haas?
A&M.
Well, that's where it all went.
A&M game.
You think about it.
Literally.
30 points against BYU, 30-plus against LSU, and since then.
I will tell you this. I just, the guys called me a commitment phobe yesterday because I didn't want to commit to a concert that's over a year away. Although I am going to buy tickets to Stapleton. Did you see Grace Potter's coming with Stapleton, Pigskin? You're the one that turned me on to Grace Potter.
She's awesome.
She played at the Rev Room like 10 years ago.
The
Pigskin's
dog days are over.
He's like, go see this woman. I'm like, I don't care. And now I'm like, gosh, what an idiot. She played in a room that small. I mean, comparatively to playing in a big arena.
You could have reached out and hugged her.
I blew it. Anyway, the point is I was going to say they called me a commitment phobe yesterday, Tom, and it hurt my feeling. The point is I was thinking to myself about Pittman and like a relationship. It's like if you hear from your wife, gee, I thought you were going to mow the lawn. Gee, I thought you were going to take the garbage out. Maybe eventually she won't be around to say that to you anymore, so you probably ought to pick up on the clues there, Dan. What are you doing over there? Anyway.
Yeah, I guess he got to be where he was stubborn. And here's one of the things Sam said on Monday that stuck with me a little bit. It was, we can't keep saying we're going to do the same thing, that we're going to outblock you. We're better than you, and so we're going to out whatever you, because it wasn't working. And so maybe that was what he felt Dan Enos' mentality was, that like, these are good schemes, and if we can just execute them, we're gonna move the ball. But it came to a point where they couldn't execute them. And man, I don't know about y'all. I listened to the entire broadcast, Louis Riddick and Mark Jones on ESPN the other night. Louis Riddick was calling,
That's a tall order, I gotta say. It's been tough at
times.
times.
I like Riddick.
Yeah, I do too.
think Riddick makes some high quality commentary. He knows the game, and he was talking about some of their steps on the pick play. He pointed out that the safety Preston, he was covering the deeper route, Tesla, and the shallow crossing from Wilson. He was able to play them both because the receivers were too close, and just things like that. And I don't know where I've gone, but it didn't work. And I think Dan Enos was being stubborn about what he called, and it wasn't suiting KJ clearly, and so here we are.
Right. I have not heard anybody suggest this, but does anybody consider the fact that maybe Michigan has been stealing Arkansas signals and sharing it with the rest of the SEC?
Oh, I was going to bring that up on my own, but again, I couldn't do it. And
Tom, I can take it. Don't worry. I don't think we're going to play TCU this year in the playoffs, so you and I won't have any contre-temps.
Oh, wow. It's just, I haven't dove in and read everything you can read. But what I've seen going across the internet, there's some weird, the weird stuff. And then, I don't know if y'all saw this yesterday, but South Carolina's end-of-season performances against Tennessee and Clemson have come into a little bit of question. This thing's wild, y'all.
Yeah. It's bad enough that you're stealing it for yourself, but you're like, hey, take this because it'll help us.
So now anytime anyone wins a game, they were obviously stealing signs.
Well, listen, I don't care what Deion says. It can't hurt. Like, there is a bit of trickeration that goes into playing college football.
Well, there is, but you still got to stop it.
No question. You do, but it does help. Like, again, to his point, I'll use his analogy back against him. If I know it's a curveball, I still have to hit it, but it's a hell of a lot easier to hit it when you know it's a curveball.
Well, when Aiden Hutchinson was pointing at the Ohio State lineman and saying, I'm coming for you, and he knocks him 5 feet backwards and pancakes him, I don't think knowing the play made that much difference.
Let's just say, though, is it fair to say that if, and again, I don't care about any of this.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me one iota. But don't you think it's easier to play against the team if you know what the play is?
But how about this? We're stealing your signs. We're coming for you. You better hide the women and children because we're going to stomp your head in.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Okay.
Or you do like TCU and know they stole the signs.
And then change the signs.
Change the signs and trick them.
That was a perfect storm. I still cannot believe that game. If we played those jokers 10 times, I think we'd win 9, but it doesn't matter because we lost the 1.
I believe it was the great musical philosopher Ace of Base that once said, I saw the sign.
Yes, they did.
And it opened up my eyes. I saw the sign. Anyway, I digress. Tom, how do you feel?
Good one, Tom.
How do you feel about Kenny Guyton? And what are your impressions of him as a coach?
Well, I'm going to get to that, but I got to say, I think of all the variations of things we heard, offshoots of the sign stealing, I think TCU sending out fake signals is probably about one of my favorite parts of all this. And here's the thing: if you know what's coming, your backside safety can just run to the play, run to the point of attack.
Pretty much.
And normally, he can't do that. He has other responsibilities, and so in other words, yeah, you still have to defend it. But if you have a really good feel for what's coming, other defenders can just run to the ball, and you can't do that otherwise.
Yeah.
Kenny Guyton, I like him. I think he's got a great personality. He's funny to hear, like, at practices, some of the things he's saying. They have a pretty good time when it's running the receivers matching up against the DBs, especially in camp. And so I wish Kenny the best. It's a tough assignment with 4 games left against somewhat of a mentally beaten down team to try to reinvigorate everything. And so I don't think it's fair to judge what his future capabilities will be as an offensive play caller, but this does give him a shot, and if they can focus on the things they do well and execute them, it'll give them a chance. The Florida defense is really tough. I mean, they are a really good total defense, so this is going to be a tough one out of the gate.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Auburn's improving, but at home against Auburn, you should be able to move the ball, and then you got 2 more games after that, Florida International and Missouri all at home, and maybe they can show a spark, and Kenny will, at least embellish his credentials as an offensive coordinator.
Right. He's working with quarterbacks too now?
Mm-hmm.
Tom?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Is he working with what?
He's the quarterback. He's going to be the quarterback coach as well?
Yeah, he's going to be quarterbacks coach, and then Derek Keith, a former Alabama receiver, is going to be the 10th assistant, and he's going to be handling the receiver.
I got you. Okay. Any idea what his relationship with KJ's like? Or does he have one? I assume he has one to some degree.
Talking about Kenny?
Yeah.
Talking about Kenny? Yeah. Well, I would assume it's good. I mean, there are so many meetings where the entire offensive staff will be in there together. And then KJ was speaking on an in-state radio show on Tuesday and says he calls him, I think it's Kenny G, and they have a great relationship. And so I feel like, I don't know, maybe he can. I think Kenny's biggest challenge is just going to be to unlock KJ to play more freely, mentally and physically, play more free. And if he can do that, to me, that's a large step in opening up the Arkansas offense.
It was suggested, I'm not sure who it was, but, with Guyton working with Briles, there was a chance that they may bring back some of the Briles playbook and teach some of that. Because KJ obviously had a lot of success in that. How much of that do you think can be done in a week, and do you even think that's possible?
Well, I mean, think about this. I don't think they would announce it, but why wouldn't you use at least some of those principles? And, KJ knows it. You got veteran offensive linemen who, can help the guys in 2 weeks get ready for it. You do feel like they're going to try more tempo things, and KJ feels more comfortable in tempo, where you're going to see more base defenses. So why not? If it was successful for you, you don't have to overhaul your entire playbook. You could just kind of meld certain principles and how you call them into the things you had done previously.
What are you doing this weekend with no football? Are you going to the basketball game?
I'm going to the Purdue exhibition game. Really excited about seeing what Purdue has and all the different disparate elements that Musk is going to have to mesh together with this team. So that's the Saturday for me.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that. What do you think? I think that's our question of the day today. Are you worried about the outcome, or does it have any bearing on your feeling about the upcoming season?
No bearing at all. Think about the Texas exhibition last year, which probably taught them a lot of lessons. And so same things will hold here. I think it's just so cool that his name holds such cachet within college basketball now that anybody who's in the portal would consider Arkansas, and the way they have to plug everybody into their role. It's just, to me, fascinating. And so, no bearing. If they get blown out by Purdue, no worry. If they win it, well, good deal. But, hey, learning how to defend a 7'4" guy is going to be fun to see.
Well, the good news is they won't have to do that very often this year, so that's nice, especially not one that weighs 300 pounds, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? And, I mean, Tremont Mark was talking about this the other day. If you get in the lane, I mean, floaters and, teardrops, things like that have to be part of your repertoire because you don't want to go all the way in there, man, unless you just drive right into his body.
Maybe somebody will Malik Monk him this week. Maybe get a little posterizing. That'd be pretty cool.
Well, it'd be really cool. And I don't know.
Can you imagine, Tom, dragging your big butt up and down the floor at 300 pounds for an entire basketball game?
Shaq did it for a long time.
He wasn't always that big, though.
When he was though.
Yeah, but when he was lean, what did he weigh? When he played at like LSU in his first few years?
270.
Yeah, 280, 270.
Yeah.
Neon Badeau.
Anyway, I can't imagine. Okay, well, Tom, enjoy your off weekend. It's about to get very interesting starting next week again.
Yes, indeed. Guys, I always enjoy it. Have a good week.
Buddy, good time. Thank you. Tom Murphy from the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Patrick is on line one, and then we're going to take a timeout. We're going to do Champs and Chumps on the other side. Eli Crain are going to join us later this hour as well. What's up, Patrick?
Guys, I've heard a lot of talk on both sides, but more on the what happens if he loses every game or what happens if he loses or whatever. What are the chances you think that we could do the exact opposite and that we could rekindle that offense from last year and use this defense and we could win out? I'm not trying to be an overly optimistic Arkansas fan, which I am, but I'm also saying with Kenny at the helm and looking back at last year, it couldn't be too hard to spark what we had last year. It's not like it was all new players and everything, so I just wanted to see what y'all thought about that. Y'all have a great day,
Appreciate
guys.
it. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Wes, you pointed this out earlier this week. Implementing some of what Browse did last year is fine if the terminology fits what you're doing now. I mean, the concepts can be the same if the terminology is the same because you got Armstrong and Tesla and others who have come in that weren't part of the team last year. So, I don't know. Look, here's the deal. I'll tell you right straight up. If Arkansas wins 3 out of 4, they got to give Pittman a damn raise, I think. I mean, honestly,
hold on.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He went 2 out of 4. That, to me, I'm pretty happy.
They can't run the ball, man. That's where all the problems start. They can't run the ball.
Is Guyton going to fix the offensive line?
No.
Exactly.
That's it.
They ran the ball last year. They can't run it this year.
You think you like smooth jazz?
No.
All I know is if they can win 2 out of 4, I'll be very happy for them. El Guapo says, I heard KJ and Kenny G's favorite dinosaur is the Velociraptor, so look out. Did we just become best friends? Maybe so.
El Guapo rules.
He is pretty good. It's 11:26, and we got to take a break, and when we come back, we'll do Champs and Chumps, whether you like it or not. Hit us up, too. We've got plenty of room on the old Asher Record Live fan feedback, and we've got plenty of text line offerings available, too, so come on with those. 501-661-1037. That's brought to you by Southern Structural Solutions.
Oakland will be a great place to be this weekend. It's going to rain all weekend. Heck, you can go to Oakland, stay inside the entire time. Plenty of things to do at Oakland for a weekend getaway. Go to Oakland.com to book your hotel rooms right now. You can go to the casino, of course. You got the sports book tomorrow. Great restaurants. You got the mainline sports bar. That's a fun place to watch a bunch of games. You can sit in there with all the TVs, watch different games, bet on the games right there, and they got good food. Got some great entertainment coming to Oakland. Marcus King. That's tonight? Is Marcus King tonight? Marcus King tonight, the 27th, yeah. Blues Traveler, November 17th. Martina McBride, November 30th. Brett Michaels, December 30th. The Rocket Show, the Rocket Man Show. Tribute to Elton John, January 1st. The Rocket Show in 3, 2, 1. Tickets on sale at Oakland.com. And, of course, look at this. 6 weeks from today, 42 days away, live racing season starts. Yes. It is going to be a great time at Oakland. Make it this weekend and make your plans today to visit Oakland in Hot Springs.
faster, stronger. That don't kill me, can only make me stronger.
NFL legend Dan Hampton joins Morning Mayhem each week for a little football talk courtesy of Metro Towing and Recovery and Central Termite and Pest Control.
This is Sports Center.
In the NFL last night, the Bills beat the Buccaneers 24-18 behind Josh Allen's 324 passing yards and 3 total touchdowns. Allen did throw an interception in the game. He has thrown 8 interceptions through 8 games. And the college basketball season is nearly upon us. We are just 10 days away from Arkansas's first regular season game. Tomorrow, Arkansas will play their highly anticipated exhibition against Purdue. The Boilermakers come to town as the third-ranked team in the country, whereas Arkansas is 14th. Tip-off is set for 3. The game can be streamed on SEC Network Plus. Radio coverage can be heard on The Buzz starting at 2:30. I'm Christian Weaver with The Buzz Radio Network.
The vehicle you'd buy if money was no object? Cadillac Escalade. With cash in hand, you'd still wait months to buy an Escalade and probably pay thousands over sticker price. Don't wait to buy your dream car, because you can win one tomorrow from Saracen Casino and or Cadillac. Yes, win a luxurious Cadillac Escalade tomorrow night at Saracen Casino. Saracen is Little Rock's closest place to play.
Saracen Casino Resort, Vegas, Arkansas style.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Okay, so far I've got Chad, Freddie, Darren, Gilly, Ronnie, Mike, Buddy.
What you doing, Hope? And what's with that list of names?
Oh, hey, Courtney. Just going over the reservation list for this week's Steak Burger Friday at the Butcher Shop. You know it's the biggest day of the month.
But, Hope, they don't take resis for Steak Burger Friday. It's just every man for himself. Try to get there early.
Wait, what?
It's the last Friday of the month, so we'll see you at the Butcher Shop starting at 11 for Steak Burger Friday. No reservations needed.
I know the last 3 years people have got accustomed to paying sticker price for a brand new vehicle. Well, it's not that way anymore at Red River Ram. If you're looking for a new Ram truck, we've got heavy-duty four-wheel drive trucks starting at $49,500 or up to $12,000 off sticker price for a Cummins diesel. And we've got $11,000 off Ram 1500 Bighorn four-wheel drive trucks. If you want the best selection and the best buying experience, make that beautiful drive right here to Heber Springs. Now during Ram Power Days.
At Southern Floor Coating, coatings are all they do, and they won't be beat on price. Factory-trained installers using the purest form of polyurea with UV stability for all your outside projects. When you call, you'll talk with a professional interested in your project, not a voicemail. Don't trust a fly-by-night company that may not be in business next year. Transform your patio, porch, or pool deck and call the real pros at Southern Floor Coating. 501-402-4912 or take a look at southernfloorcoating.com.
From the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio, you're in the zone. Want to get into the show? Call or text 661-1037 or leave a message on our live fan feedback. Now, let's get back into the zone.
Lunchtime is upon us. Well, at least those of us who haven't already eaten. If you want to head over to Cash, they'd be happy to have you. You can escape the rain and get a lovely lunchtime to get your Friday rolling along nicely. And if you're looking for a romantic dinner tonight or this weekend, Cash is always a great spot in the River Market, and it's got, valet parking and stuff. Last thing you want to do is try to park and then walk over somewhere, even with an umbrella. It's nice to have the valet parking. Then you can just pop out and get inside and have a delicious meal or a cocktail. Cash Little Rock, get your weekend started right in the River Market. CACHE, littlerock.com. If you want to check out their menu, you can holler at them at 501-850-0265. Locally owned, and also a great spot for any kind of private party. Whether you're having a holiday party, and if you are, you should definitely get on the calendar ASAP. Or if you are putting together a special gathering, corporate event, maybe a wedding rehearsal, or heck, if you want to get married up there, I'm sure they'd be fine with that too. That upstairs area holds up to 150 people, inside, outside. It's a beautiful place to spend some time and have a great meal. It is Cash in downtown Little Rock. Go by and see our friends over there ASAP. It's 11:32. All right, let's get to our champs and chumps here. Sponsored?
It's not.
Okay. I always tell Southern Structural Solutions they're sponsoring it whether they like it or not. There you go, Aaron. Free plug. Appreciate them. All right, my champ this week. I don't ever do this. I'm making an exception for myself because I can do whatever I want. Because it's a free country. Excuse me. My champ this week, I have co-champs. They're both women. In this world, it's really hard to get ahead. Man or woman, but harder for women in many cases. One of my champs this week is Annika Sorenstam, who has been invited to join Augusta National Golf Club. I don't know if you guys heard, they haven't been real open to letting women in as members. No. Until 2012, they had not admitted a single female. Then they invited Condoleezza Rice and Darla Moore. Since then, several other women have been invited and joined. Annika has served as the honorary starter for the Augusta National Women's Amateur in the past, and now she has been invited as a full-fledged real member. Did they have to build a whole women's locker room, or do you think they had one? And they're like, hey, would you like to see our women's locker room? No one's ever been in there.
They got like a women's cubby hole over there where like the 2 or 3 of them can go change clothes.
They probably
I don't think they have to shower together.
It's not a locker room. It's a locker.
Locker. So what do you think that some of those well-heeled Augusta National members are going to think about getting their behinds beat on their own course by Annika?
Yeah.
Which they will.
Yeah, it'd be fun, though.
She'll be tearing them up.
Oh, man, it'd be fun playing with the former PGA
She's
star.
awesome.
She is.
She's like a dolphin. She's always smiling.
My other champ this week is Taylor Swift. How do I not? She leads the Billboard Music Award nominations with 20, followed by Morgan Wallen and SZA.
SZA.
Stupid.
RZA and Jizza from Wu-Tang.
SZA.
So
The Weeknd had 16 nominations. I didn't know The Weeknd was making music still.
Well, he's like one of the biggest stars in the world.
Anyway, Taylor Swift, you're my champ this week. She's also, because of the money she's brought in after the Eras tour, not to mention the film's made a few bucks, $1.1 billion. She is now officially, according to officials.
First thing you see when you walk
billionaire.
into Dick's Sporting Goods, you see Kelsey jerseys and the little Swifty jerseys right there. So people are buying them for Halloween costumes.
Yes, it is very popular.
I couldn't believe that.
That and Ken and Barbie, those are going to be the two most popular.
Yes.
Yep.
She re-released 1989 today.
Yeah, I saw that.
She's really got it all figured out.
She really is
re-release this old music and just make a ton of money.
Look, if you hate her as a musician, Big Skin, John Neighbors, I'm looking at you. You got to respect her as a businesswoman.
Like Jimmy Buffett.
I like his music, though. I realize it's somewhat mindless. And look, it isn't.
Well, she's the Beatles compared to Jimmy Buffett, but I mean,
I don't know
still,
about that.
I mean, I'm not listening to either one.
Think about all the money she made on her tour, and then, hey, let's make some more money by making
film
a
it,
movie
and
out
you
of
go
our
to the
tour.
movie of it, and you'll pay $30. Like, sold.
My chump this week is Zach Wilson, whose girlfriend is, don't get me wrong, hotter than a firecracker.
Is she way older than him?
No. She's his age. She's age appropriate. They're a very cute couple, actually. She's darling, and he's cute. But anyway, he instead of spending time in New York this week working on his craft at this critical point in his career, he decided to go back to Utah and go apple picking and pumpkin picking with his girlfriend. Now, admittedly, if this woman told you to crawl through the tunnel out of Shawshank, you'd probably do it. But the point is, you're a New York quarterback, and the optics matter more than any other city in the world. It's just like, look, we still give Tony Romo crap for going to Cabo in his bye week. It's probably had zero impact on the outcome of the game. But we want you grinding your butt off trying to get better. The thing is, it's only a 17-game season, especially when you're the Jets. There is no postseason, probably. We just want you to stay home and work. It's 17 weeks. It's 18 or 19 weeks, whatever, for a 17-game schedule. Like, is it too much to ask for you to stay home and then, like, the other 30 weeks you can goof off? I don't get it.
Maybe watch some film. I've seen him play.
I think it's dumb. And the thing is, I told you not to play this week, and there you go. It just. By the way, can we give a small game ball? This is completely related, but not related. How about Baker Mayfield? Pretty solid last night.
Yeah, he was solid.
Yeah.
Had a couple of touchdowns.
They covered the number. Didn't throw a pick.
Didn't throw a pick.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm going to give a game ball to
champ.
a champ. My champ is Hunter Yurachek.
Thank you.
They do it again. SEC titles rolling in left and right. Last night, women's soccer wins an SEC championship. This morning, the men's cross-country team wins an SEC championship.
Man.
SEC champions all over the place.
That's impressive.
To play devil's advocate, did he make these hires?
Some of them.
Did he make these hires for the programs that are winning?
He didn't fire them. He deserves credit for that.
I'm with you.
I'm not sure. Awesome. I think so.
Okay.
I do think so.
So who's your chump?
My chump this week is the Missouri. Let me get this right.
Yes.
The Missouri the Missouri Athletics High School Association.
What's
it's
more
the
fun?
Arkansas AAA.
Watching Wes do math or try to come up with an acronym.
Missouri State High School Activities Association. They kicked a Houston high school volleyball team out of the volleyball state playoffs.
Well, they probably had a good reason.
3 of their players were ineligible, and they played in the conference tournament and won the conference, and thus going into the state tournament. The 3 players were deemed ineligible because they played in a charity volleyball game.
Oh, my goodness.
This violates...
Really? What's this, the NCAA?
Yes. They must forfeit the title, the playoffs, and the district championship because they played in an organized non-school competition that is their same season, same sport rule.
Wow.
This was made to protect athletes from playing club ball while the season's going on. So overuse, just like baseball, so that you're not playing.
Not to raise money for the underprivileged.
Use your head here.
Yeah.
They weren't out violating it because they were playing club ball. They played in a charity volleyball game. The 3 players were ruled ineligible.
The problem is there's very little thought that goes on with organizations. They just follow the rules without any kind of consideration. There is no gray area. It's pretty disgusting, and that's a shame.
Yeah. Common sense, right?
Yep. Let's go storm the offices in
Pontificating bureaucrats are ruining society.
No doubt.
Missouri State High School Activities Association.
Missouri State High School.
MSHSAA.
Pronounce that.
At least ours is a AAA.
Well, you know what Lieutenant Colonel Frank R. Slade would say? You're a bunch of That's what I would say, too. Anyway.
I passed a place in rural Mississippi the other day, a sign that said, Camp Kumbaya. And camp was spelled with a K.
I like that.
I thought if they threw one more K in front of it, they'd really have something going on, wouldn't they?
They spell Kumbaya with a K?
Yeah.
I've never spelled Kumbaya, I guess. I don't know how to spell
Kumbaya has a K, but camp is usually with a C,
typically.
Except in Mississippi.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a chump. Ward Manual. That's all.
Weird. Christian?
I'm going to give a champ to the NBA. Every national broadcast so far has been awesome. We're 6 for 6 so far.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm going to give a chump to James Harden and the whole Philadelphia situation.
Hard to argue with that.
James Harden is a Hall of Fame sabotager.
That Knicks Celtics game, Christian, was heat, man. I love that.
Bucks last night?
The Bucks game was good. I was watching those. Yeah, it was interesting. Must see TV.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, we're going to do a little trivia here for Christian. Yes, Wes? Oh, Wes was going to clear up our thing. Speaking of trivia, we had the Oski discussion.
Ask Philip if he's heard Oski. Philip, you heard Oski? The term Oski?
Yeah, but I can't remember in what context.
It's when you get an interception. You yell out Oski so your teammates know that you guys have the ball
Wes
now.
is going to spell the etymology out for us.
He's not it's an acronym, though, so watch out.
Well, I looked it up, and there are 2 schools of thought where Oski came from. One is General Neyland, Tennessee, great coach, way back in the day, had a dog named Oski, and he would play catch with this dog, and he would say, ball, Oski, and his players picked up
Oski.
and he used it to teach his defense when there was an interception. Ball, Oski.
You got an Oski,
Everybody
like
starts
Oski
blocking.
got, right.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, there's another theory out there that it is an acronym for Our Side Caught It.
Yes.
Our Side Caught It.
Oski.
And you could see that on a chalkboard back in the day, OSKI or OSCI for teaching players.
Now, see, that was helpful.
Is.
And this is coming back around again because I recently did a commercial for a sponsor, and I talked about Gary Adams.
You can say double B's. It's okay.
Double B's, where you gas it, grab it, and go.
Thank you.
Gary Adams, the king of the Oskies. He was the all-time Razorback leader in interceptions until some dude named Steve Atwater. I'm not sure what happened to him until he passed him. But Adams, if you know him, very small, very stealthy, very pleasant. And Gary said, well, thank you for making me famous again. I said, well, the young people needed to know about you. So,
listen,
that's it.
The Eagles should only be so lucky to get a defensive back of his quality
What a
again.
cool dude, man.
Christian, you ready for your little quiz?
I'm ready.
Wait, I was going to say, too, I took an unscientific poll of high school coaches.
Yes.
If they still use the term Oski.
You mean you asked one coach?
I asked one coach, Buck James.
A good sample size.
But that was a good one to ask,
Yeah,
right?
he's the best.
And he said they're not using it as much anymore.
Has he ever
he said he knew what it was. They used to use it all the time. They used to also use Peter all the time too, but they've kind of gotten away from yelling Peter
on the muff punt and stuff.
Or no, when
you've got to bring Oski back. Tell Maddox that's his new job.
I'm bringing Oski back.
You're bringing
I wish
it
he played
back.
defensive back like I did. It'd be easier.
Exactly.
What do they do now? They're like, hey, I got the ball.
They all go to the sideline, take a picture wearing sunglasses. Yes.
Anyway. All right, here we go. This is every year they do this on the NBA show on TNT.
Inside the NBA.
Inside the NBA. Thank you, Christian. Listen, when you know what Oski means, you can correct me, okay? But until then, just sit over there and wait. All right, so I'm just kidding. All right, so every year they do they do this more than once a year with him?
No, it's just at the beginning of the year.
Okay, it's who he play for, and they name names, and then they try to get Charles Barkley to tell you what team he's on. And so he doesn't do particularly well generally. He didn't do particularly well this year either. I watched it through this morning just to see. So Christian has not seen this, so we're going to put Christian to the test as well. I'm going to pause it every time, and we'll let Christian guess, and then we'll see if Barkley gets it right. I bet you do better than Barkley did.
No doubt.
He got 1 out of 5, I think.
Okay.
Are we ready upstairs with player number 1?
My thing is not set up to pause,
Let's see
unfortunately.
It's Rashawn Holmes.
All right, Rashad Holmes, where?
Mavericks.
Rashawn Holmes. Remember? Used to see him in Sacramento.
Oh, no, you know what? You didn't see him. I saw him in the preseason.
Rashawn Holmes.
You weren't with me there.
The
Dallas Mavericks.
I'm not going to listen to you, boo.
OKC.
Let's go with the Brooklyn Nets. Let's go instead with the Dallas Mavericks.
Christian's 1 for 1.
I got 4 degrees. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you. You're 0 for 1. This is one of those that I think he's going to get.
He ain't going to get it.
I think you're going to get it. Joe Ingles.
Magic.
Joe Ingles, remember, played with the Bucks last year.
They played last night. Detroit. The Utah Jazz.
Once upon a time, but now he's with the Orlando Magic.
2 for 2.
It's not who did he play
last
for.
Night. I thought he might have went back to Utah.
Yeah, well,
he got a DMP.
Good guess. You're 0 for 2. And
He didn't play much.
I'm not feeling as good about my prediction.
We got 3 chances, brother.
Yes, we do. Lonnie Whoa!
Nets.
You have got a correct.
Okay. There you go.
Get him, Chuck.
Chuck got 1 right. Christian's 3 for 3.
I heard it. He had a decent game yesterday. Yeah. He did have a good game. That's how I know. Yeah.
Good. All right.
He does not know.
I don't know what kind of game Torrey Craig had.
Bulls.
Who's Torrey Craig play for?
I'm going to go with the Sacramento Kings.
Oh, so close. It's the Chicago Bulls.
Oh, my God. Blowing out the other day. They had a team meeting after game 1. Yeah, man. That ain't good, y'all. Hey, listen, I didn't know Torrey Craig was there. Once they got blown out, I stopped watching in the first quarter.
And our final is a who he played for Hall of Famer. He's in this every year.
Every year we do LSU, baby.
Hey, Garrett Temple is now on his 12th.
Raptors.
Wow. Did he break Chucky Brown?
Who is it?
I'm going to go with the Detroit Pistons.
Oh, my goodness. It's not far away. It's the Toronto Raptors.
He hit another country?
Hey, your favorite city, Toronto.
My favorite city in the world. Shout out Rob Black, Christine Simpson.
1 up and 4 down.
The best who he played for moment ever is when they did Aaron Brooks. And Shaq had a whiteboard, and they were kind of competing with each other. And Aaron Brooks played for the Guangdong Tigers then. And Shaq had it spelled out in Chinese and everything.
Oh, that's amazing. I missed that one. That's good.
Well, Chuck doesn't know a lot about those guys, and Christian knows everything about those guys.
Well, the problem is it's not like the olden days. I mean, guys move about every year. It's crazy. Exactly. It's hard to keep up.
Garrett Temple, he's played for 13 teams. I couldn't remember.
Like, if you asked me, if we went through every guy in the NBA, I bet most people wouldn't get 25%.
I agree.
Like where they play for?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And back in the day, we would have gotten 75%.
At least.
I can tell you where they played at college, too.
Another fun thing to do would be, how many coaches can you name in the NBA? Like, if we went through every NBA team, how many teams could you name their head coach?
Monty Williams. Pistons.
He's always somewhere. Yeah. I can give you Eric Spoelstra's been in Miami for 55 years.
Steve Kerr, people get that.
Yeah.
Did Popovich retire?
No, Pop's still there.
Thank God.
Coaching the kid.
Mike Brown.
Ham is still in L.A.?
Yeah, Ham.
Yep.
Who's the Clippers coach?
Tyronn Lue.
Oh, okay.
The young kid at Boston.
Speaking of
took
kid,
over for the other
Missoula.
dude.
We know where Kid is.
Yeah, Dallas.
He is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been there for a while.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Who's Memphis' coach?
Taylor Jenkins.
Nope.
Rick Carlisle's in Indiana again now.
Shut up.
No
Signed
way.
an extension.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, Christian brought up colleges. Dave Cowens, the Celtic great, turned 75 the other day. Where did Dave Cowens go to college?
No clue.
Dave Cowens?
Dave Cowens, yes.
Cowens. We went to Binghamton.
Close.
I don't know.
Florida State.
Not close.
Yeah.
Good basketball.
Left-handed center.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember Collins.
Yeah.
I just don't remember as a college player.
Wes, we got to run. Got Eli Craner coming up.
Big O Tires is a good deal right now. Selected tires, huge savings. Go to the website, bigotires.com/deals to see all their monthly deals. And Big O Tires has a great selection of tires, all the name brand tires. Plus, they have the Big O tire. And they do more than just tires. They'll work on your vehicle. They got mechanics on hand ready to get your car running as smooth as ever. They'll work on brakes, alignment, oil changes. They do a lot of things at Big O Tires besides just tires. 2 locations. In Conway, they're on Harkrider. In Cabot, it's Prospect Court. Go check out our friends at Big O Tires, the team we trust.
Miami, Amsterdam, Tokyo, Spain,
The best way to show up for tailgate season is with Mark McClarty Ford. Come see one of the largest selections of the best tailgating vehicles stadium parking lots have ever seen. And right now, take a whopping $12,000 off brand new Ford F-150s. That's $12,000 off. All with a 5-star legendary car buying experience. Come visit Mark McClarty Ford today, off Highway 67 and at markmclartyford.com. Better prices, even better customer service.
Make plans now to be at the Pine Bluff Regional Park Saturday, October 28th for one of the world's largest barbecue championships. It's the annual Sissy's Log Cabin Smoke on the Water Championship presented by Saracen Casino. Food trucks, sampling, craft vendors, games for the kids, and it's all free for the entire family. And this year's event is headlined by Bluff It, featuring the Son of a Sailor Band's tribute to the one and only Jimmy Buffett and the Coral Reefer Band. For more information, visit smokeonthewaterbbq.com. This ad paid for with accommodations to take funds in Arkansas's Land of Legends Tourism Association funds.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, 2-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
See Shelter Agent Richard Yeager in Little Rock or Todd Martin or Seth Boyd in Jacksonville.
The Arkansas Outdoor Expo is coming to Simmons Bank Arena in North Little Rock, October 27 through 29. Tour over 50 fully staged RVs and take advantage of special RV Expo pricing on the top RV floor plans. We'll have RVs starting at less than $5 a day. Food and entertainment, plus a chance to win an RV as part of the Ultimate RV Giveaway. Learn more at campingworld.com/Arkansas Expo. See dealer for details and disclaimers.
If you are looking for a safe and loving home for you or your loved one, visit Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center. Just 15 minutes from Little Rock and Benton, our skilled nursing staff is dedicated to providing quality long-term care and short-term therapy. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com. You can call Heartland home.
This is Pat Bradley for River City Flooring, where you can pick your payment. Get 0% interest for 12, 24, or 36 months, and River City Flooring in Maumelle is where you'll save 50% on all in-stock waterproof LVP flooring. And did you know River City Flooring carries cabinets? So stop in and let my friends at River City Flooring help you with your remodel. Kitchen, bath, living, dining, they do it all. Check out River City Flooring in Maumelle at their huge new showroom on Maumelle Boulevard just off 430.
Willie D's Rock and Roll Piano Bar open every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Cold drinks and dueling pianos. Deep Nightclub downstairs hosts karaoke on Tuesdays and DJ spin on Friday and Saturday nights. Visit WillieD'sPianoBar.com.
You're listening to the best midday sports talk show in all of Arkansas. You're in the zone with Justin Acree and Wes Moore, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio on the Buzz Radio Network.
Right or wrong, tonight we sail on radio song. Rescue me.
It's time for Enlightening Candor with Eli Craner. He's brought to you by Jackalope Cycling in Russellville. Jackalope Cycling provides bike rentals and service, as well as camping gear and fishing accessories. Whatever gets you excited to be outdoors, they're there to help you with it. Check them out at jackalopecycling.com.
Eli, you did or did not get contacted to take over as the offensive coordinator at Arkansas this week?
I didn't get a call.
I didn't either.
I didn't get a call. Yep.
I'm a good armchair quarterback. I'm not much of a quarterback coach or offensive coordinator, so anyway.
Yep, hung up the whistle, man. Whistle's down. How you guys doing?
We're good.
Good.
Yeah. Phillip Martin's here.
Oh, what's
Hey,
up,
dude.
Phillip?
Hey, we were talking about you the other night. Me and Brockmeyer.
Yeah, Oh, Brockmeyer.
Yeah.
I was putting out the Ghost variation on here a week or so ago. After
That's
I'd
cool.
seen him.
That's cool. Yeah, we were talking about how you're not busy or anything. You need to find a hobby or something.
Yeah, really.
Man, I was in the English department the other day, and this awesome professor we got, Dr. Carl Brucker. Carl's an older dude, self-professed hippie, and he came down and he was trying to make conversation. He was like, "Hey, what sports teams do you follow?" And I was like, "Dr. Brucker, man, like when all this stuff got going, really a couple of years ago, like the first thing that went was TV. Like that was the thing that went, with the kids and the day job and the writing. It was like that was the thing that I gave up. And so, I mean, I still do watch the Hogs, like no matter what. Like I will make time to watch that on Saturday or record it.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Well, lucky for you, you don't have to deal with that this weekend. Christian, you got something?
I was going to ask Eli if he's heard the term Oski, and if you have, when was the last time you heard it?
No.
Man, Oski, yeah, that's what you holler when you get a pick
Mhm.
and take off going the other way and turn them defensive boys into lead blockers.
Did you guys use it when you were coaching in high school?
Oh yeah, man, I feel like that was all the way back. So I wrote 3 manuscripts before Don't Know Stuff, and they all just are trash, like all just learning, stuff. And one of them was actually titled Oski.
Oh, there you go.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah,
It's
'cause I
come full
always
circle.
liked that.
I hope you got something spooky for us as we enter the Halloween holiday season here.
Man, on the spooky edge is just a reminder that on November 7th, we got Ramona Emerson, the Dene, the Navajo writer over from Albuquerque coming in to Arkansas Tech, which is just huge. And that's going down at 6 o'clock. They're going to have food. They're going to have books for sale, signing. Just a really big deal. So her book's got that paranormal aspect to it.
Okay.
So there's my spooky. But what I wanted to tell y'all, we were in Nashville this past weekend at the Jason Isbell show at the Ryman at the Mother Church.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it was beautiful. And anyway, just as luck would have it, a guy that I have been talking about on here before, a guy who I've just fallen in love with over these last couple of years reading him, guy by the name of Carl Hyacin. So he's one that I recommended. And he wrote, his big one that hit the movies was Striptease with Burt Reynolds and Demi Moore. But he also, this is why I think it's worth doubling back, is because there was a book festival going down in Nashville too, and so I got to talk with Carl a little bit, and I just forgot like how tight he and Buffett were. Like on Buffett's this album that's coming out, like this last album, Carl co-wrote a song with him called Fish Porn, which is about, like guys catching fish and how they send all these pics, like to each other. Like, and Carl's just a hilarious guy. And he another one of my heroes is, Elmore Leonard, a guy I've mentioned on here as well.
Yep.
Justified guy, Get Shorty, all that. Carl and he had done some travels together as well for book tours. So he was telling all sorts of Elmore Leonard stories. But what he was there for, and this is the book I wanted to highlight, because it's another side of Carl that I had forgotten, is Carl also writes middle grade, young adult fiction, so books for middle school, high school kids. His most famous one's called Hoot, which won the Newbery Award, and I think Hoot was a movie too, and it's about like an endangered owl species in Florida. But it's really funny, just like all his other stuff. And the book he was doing there is called Wrecker, and it's more like high school. And it's about a kid down in Key West who's got a little skiff, little boat, and he just every day, it's kind of like an old school adventure story. He takes that boat out, and then of course he's on like his favorite island, and some guys are smuggling, which is big, I hear, down in the Keys, and he runs across them, and they pay him off. So again, this one's a little more high school stuff, but just a really cool story to see him and kind of see how he's still doing it.
Name again?
Carl Hyacin.
And the book is called?
Wrecker.
Wrecker.
Wrecker. That's it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I wanted to throw that out there, man, too, in conjunction with something that happened this week on Tuesday. I was at Bentonville West High School, and this just blew me away because I talk to high schools pretty often, and, so, like, sometimes I'm down in the middle of the basketball court with a whole whole bleachers full of high school.
Hey, Eli, I'm sorry, we're up against a hard break. 30 seconds. Go ahead.
All right, well, they don't care what I'm saying mostly, but this was a school, man, Bentonville West, where they had a all-day writers conference, and kids could sign up for it. And those teachers there, they had over 200 students who had signed up just to come talk about writing and do that. So
awesome.
Big shout-out to Bentonville West, man.
No doubt. It's great stuff. Well, shout-out to you, and thanks to Jackalope Cycling, and we'll catch up with you next week.
All right, see you guys.
Very good. All right. It's 11:58. Entertainment coming up.
Hi, folks. It's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sherwood. It's the end of the month, and we need to sell 23 more new vehicles before Tuesday night. Frank has told us to take any reasonable offer and pay over book value for trades. So don't worry about how much you owe on your trade. If we make a deal, we'll pay off your trade no matter how much you owe. We have 0% financing for up to 72 months on new Ram 1500s. That's right, I said 0%. You can't get any lower than zero. And you'll save up to $10,000 on all new Ram 2500s and up to $10,000 off all new Jeep Grand Cherokees. Folks, we'll do whatever it takes to make you a deal. Just tell us what you're looking for and how much you want to pay. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood for the deal of a lifetime on a new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram. At Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. We promise you a hassle-free buying experience. So come see us and give us a chance to earn your business. That's Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood, or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
Arkansas State fans, listen up. The Red Wolves' home in Central Arkansas is 106.7 Buzz 2. Listen every week for Sunbelt Conference action with the Red Wolves, only on 106.7 Buzz 2.
It's where the big boys come to play.
This is madness! This is Sparta!
103.7 The Buzz, KABZ Little Rock. Buzz News with Channel 7's Cassandra Webb.
20-year-old Dalen Bland of Little Rock was arrested for the death of 47-year-old Marvin Jenkins Sr. and 21-year-old Marvin Jenkins Jr. on October 13th. Both victims were found sitting in a vehicle near the 8400 block of Mableville Pike with multiple gunshot wounds. Bland is being charged with capital murder and is being held in the Pulaski County Jail without bond. And if you were at the Arkansas State Fair last Saturday and came in contact with a wild bat, public health officials want to hear from you. Officials at the State Fairgrounds say a wild bat was seen flying erratically around the fairgrounds on October 21st. This bat has not been caught and therefore has not been tested for rabies, but as a precaution, the Arkansas Department of Health is asking anyone who is exposed to that bat to be tested. So if that's you or someone you know, reach out to the Department of Health. For more news and weather, download our free KATV News and weather apps. From the Channel 7 Newsroom, I'm Cassandra Webb.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
More rounds of rainfall today with a 40% chance of scattered showers. Still warm with a high of 82, and tonight's low drops down to 67. Even better rain chances over the weekend, and temperatures drop to the 70s. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Today's special at the Riverfront Steakhouse in the Wyndham Hotel. Dinner for two for $60. Split a 10-ounce filet, fried shrimp, and our famous salad bar.
The king of Arkansas sports talk, Randy Rainwater for Bet Saracen.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today. And look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Arkansas Brewskis is excited about their second location, and it's time to add to the team. Brewskis North is hiring servers, bartenders, cooks, and managers. To apply, drop by our downtown location and fill out an application. If you want to work in a fun, professional environment, is for you. Brewskis North is hiring servers, bartenders, cooks, and managers. Apply in person at Brewskis downtown. For more info, check us out online at brewskispubandgrub.com. Home for lunch, happy hour, and late night.
This is the Pigskin Preacher bringing you the word. Most of us just shake our heads at the romance between Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce and cultural juggernaut Taylor Swift. The satirical outfit The Babylon Bee, sort of a Christian version of The Onion, announced, Taylor Swift traded to the Jets. In a traumatic upset for the sporting world, Taylor Swift has been traded from the Chiefs to the Jets, where she will begin dating tight end Tyler Conklin. And here we just all assumed that the Jets' suffering couldn't get any worse. The Swifties are sure to have an opinion about this, one way or the other. You know those folks. Don't get mad at me, Swifties. Come on into a Doublebee's, where you will be taken care of like family. In Clinton or Cabot, get some Baskin-Robbins ice cream. In Rosebud, grab a delicious hot plate lunch. Doublebee's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebee's.
Football fans, tailgate season is here, which means it's time to score touchdowns and savings for your vehicle. At All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros, we offer incredible deals and service like your daddy used to get, with the financing options that fit your budget. With our team by your side, you'll get MVP service along with the traction and confidence you need to stay on the road. Visit us online today at allabouttireandbrake.com. All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros. Love the drive.
Yep, I'm looking at the pages right now.
Thomas's translation company just lost its only 2 Spanish speakers. Without the right replacements, he'll be in problemas.
Yeah, we'll have those ready. Tonight's gonna be a late one.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Lowe's knows how to save pros time and money. Get up to $800 off select kitchen and laundry appliances, plus an additional $150 off select cooking appliance pairs. And save even more with an extra $100 off select laundry pairs, $1,396 or more. Visit us in-store or online for more deals you can't beat. Because Lowe's knows savings, Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location. Valid 10/26 to 11/1. See Lowe's.com for details.
We're back with Wild Bill at Motorsports Authority. Great selection here on the lot, but what about my trade-in, Wild Bill?
We'll trade for just about anything as long as you don't have to feed it. We'll put top dollar in that trade. I'm getting country fried crazy during this sale right now, and I'll tell you what, folks, it's a lot of fun to do business with us. So if you're wanting top dollar for your trade, you need to come see us.
You can check out the complete selection online at msastore.com. Better yet, come see us in Russellville on East Main, in Hot Springs on Central. You better get down here to Motorsports Authority.
Touchdown!
Honey, I have asked you for months to clean out the attic and garage, and it is still not done.
But I don't have a trailer to haul off all this junk.
Just call Mini Bins. They have roll-off dumpsters that will fit right in the driveway, and they will haul it off for a low flat rate. Call them at 501-352-6464 or visit them on the web at minibins.net.
Wow, I had no idea. I'm going to give them a call right now, and you should too. Give Mini Bins a call today at 501-352-6464 or visit them online at minibins.net.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acree and Wes Moore on the Buzz Radio Network.
10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike.
Rebound, Goodwin up and it goes to Durant. They'll take it in, collides into Reeves. There's another whistle. Reeves will pick up another foul.
Yeah, I mean, Olajuwon, that was my mom. My mom had a crush on Olajuwon when I was a kid. So that's all I used to hear in the house. It wasn't Jordan, it was Olajuwon in the house, you know. And somebody, she told me to study since a kid, and, you know, so really I admire his game and his journey as a man and as a basketball player. So it's always amazing to be up amongst the greats. So grateful for it.
Congratulations to Kevin Durant, who has moved up in the all-time scoring list, apparently.
Yep. 12th all time.
12th all time. There he is.
He's the only player in the top 20 to have played less than 1,000 career games.
I was just going to say, that's incredible. Yeah, Hakeem, for example, 1238. Kevin Durant's at 988. Elvin Hayes has...
I haven't looked at the scoring list. I assume he's probably going to pass a few more.
About 400 points away from Elvin Hayes,
Should pass him
who
this
has
year.
played 320, basically 350 more games than he has. That's amazing. Moses Malone's the first person he'll pass in the top 10. He is about 1,500 points ahead of him. So, pretty amazing.
What's he averaging these days? 20?
25?
23, something like
30-ish?
that.
Like 28, I would say.
Really? That high still?
Yeah.
20 games will get him.
You know, when I was a kid, that
health is a big question with him.
Right.
Statistics just don't matter as much anymore, I don't guess. I mean, which is good, because when I was a kid, I would tell you that Oscar Robertson was scoring 33 points a game, and I could tell you...
No, they matter the same. You just have things to do with your life.
But do people pay attention to them?
When I was a kid, that's all I did. And if I didn't have so much crap going on, I'd still be playing video games and looking at stats, but I don't have time for that right now.
But kids have so much more to do, so I guess that's the outcome. But I was trying to think. Who is the NBA leading scoring by average? It's got to be Wilt, right? Still Wilt?
Leading scorer by average?
By average.
Points per game?
Points per game.
Probably.
Leader. It's got to be Wilt.
You would think.
And then Jordan.
Probably.
But Durant's got to be close to Jordan.
I mean, if you're looking at total numbers and he's only played in less than 1,000 games.
Yeah, exactly. That's
a good point.
That surprises me.
I never thought about it.
You look at someone
Jordan
like...
at 30.1 is the leader.
30.1?
Chamberlain is tied with him at 30.1 as well.
Okay.
Next closest is Elgin Baylor.
Elgin Baylor was who I was thinking about because he didn't play that long, but he put up numbers like crazy.
Durant 1.1 below him at 27.3. Then you got LeBron James at 27.2.
Those are all pretty good players.
Yeah.
Impressive. Okay. Well, let's get into it. We got entertainment. Good rewind this week. Some birthdays. And, LeBron's in the news today, too. And Anthony Davis has had a little trouble staying healthy as well. I don't know if you heard. He is LeBron's teammate in Los Angeles, and LeBron apparently does not want to hear any, just like I feel about Hunter Yurchek, he doesn't want to hear any besmirching of his teammate's name.
We don't give a about criticism about AD. We don't care.
Okay. Very good. Thank you, LeBron. We'll put that to bed and move on with entertainment.
Today's Entertainment Report is brought to you by Bell & Sword Gentlemen's Clothing in Conway. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram or stop by Bell & Sword's new and larger location at 1011 Oak Street.
Okay, also got some Asher Record Live fan feedback I want to get to, and we'll get Philip's take on what's coming out this weekend. And also, you got to tell us what you feel about the Stones album.
Okay, yeah, I could do that.
I mean, you didn't really rip him today, but it wasn't very nice. I mean, Mix 80, the fact that he can still sing anything is amazing to me.
He's in great shape.
Yeah, well, he's got a 6-year-old. He's got to stay fit, chasing
him around. Yeah.
Told you earlier, Taylor Swift's a billionaire now thanks to the Eras Tour, in case you missed it. She also is leading the Billboard Music Award nominations with 20. All things Taylor. She's the queen bee. Morgan Wallen and SZA, 17 nominations each. The awards are November 19th, in case you're interested. It'll be on their social media channels and website. No TV for the Billboard Awards?
That is weird.
What is happening?
I guess Billboard, surely she's not getting Grammy noms, right?
Why not?
You can't get Grammy noms for re-releasing your old music.
Oh, buddy.
You shouldn't be able to.
I don't know what the rules are, actually.
I think there's actually a Grammy category for re-release.
Okay.
Like that's what box sets always win. So.
Right, you can win that.
Matthew McConaughey's not going to win an Academy Award for producing a tequila, but he's producing a tequila anyway. The movie star and his wife, Camilla, have now entered the tequila category with the... I almost feel like they're playing a joke on us. His tequila is called Pantalones. He should have said, however you say all right in Spanish is what he should have done.
That's a better idea.
Yeah, all right in Spanish. But Pantalones? I don't understand what the background is here, why they call it, why they're naming their tequila pants, but okay. He says it was created to celebrate having fun, doing good, and not taking life too seriously. Well, if you name your tequila pants, I guess that's a good way to go. The high-end stuff is the Añejo at $54.99, in case you're interested. It's not bad. I mean, by today's tequila standards, that's not too expensive.
Yeah, but there's a $20 premium for the celebrity thing. The only one that's good, I think, is, well, and I haven't had Pantalones yet.
See?
But Casamigos is actually
Casamigos is very good.
My favorite tequila, yeah. Not that I'm a huge tequila guy.
When I typed in all right in Spanish, it came up muy buen. Muy bien.
Muy bien. You can't handle that.
You can't say muy bien 3 times. That's just too much.
You could do it once, though.
Yeah, or you could say bien, bien, bien.
Yeah.
Yeah, Casamigos is fine. It's nice. It's got I like the vanilla in there. It's kind of a vanilla hint.
Is that the Rock's thing?
No, that was
George Clooney.
Yeah, he sold it for $1 billion, whatever.
Yeah, it was.
The Rock has. If I pull this name out of my butt, I would be very impressed with myself. Which doesn't happen often. Nope, I'm going to go unimpressed again. But it's a good one, apparently. I had some 1942 the other day. I was at
Terramana.
What?
Terramana, yeah.
Terramana. I was at Red Moon. We were sitting out there, and this friend of a friend, friend of my girlfriend, bought us. He's like, "Hey, you want?" And we're sure, yeah, well, fine, whatever. Yeah. And it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't think I have a sophisticated enough tequila palate.
Somebody once gave me a little bit of $700 gin. You know.
I definitely don't think I can appreciate that.
The funny thing is that I'm not a gin guy. I don't, I mean, it was like a little pearl that just sat on your tongue and kind of exploded. It was really weird because, I've had that experience with wine where I go, yeah, $700 wine. You basically get what you pay for with wine, a little bit with scotch. All bourbon is good as long as it's bourbon, I mean, it's really not that much difference. But I'd never had, this didn't taste like anything I ever put in my mouth.
Okay.
It was just like a little pearl of something that just kind of spread and exploded and bloomed. And I go, I'm never having this stuff again.
Gin is a very unique flavor. Yeah, if it was that much a shot, I wouldn't think you would.
I don't want to like
How about if I put a little dollop of Tabasco on your tongue? Would you be able to sense that, you think?
I would hope.
Yeah, I would think so. There is a new item out. It is exclusively online at eatbanza.com, eatbanza.com, on October 24th. So it's already out. Banza and Tabasco, hotter by the bite pizzas, available to order in 2-packs for $32.99. So apparently, the closer you get to the middle of the pizza, the hotter the spice gets.
Yeah.
It's a unique concept. I don't really want super spicy pizza, I don't think.
Is the crust the spiciest?
No, I think it's the other way around.
No, I mean,
center.
If you get to the very end of the pizza, like the top.
Oh, you're right. You're eating for the other way around. That's a good point.
Inside out.
No, I don't know. That's a good question. Okay, I don't know which way it goes, but that would make more sense. You're right. Okay, good point. You don't eat crust first? I hold the floppy end, and then I eat the crust in. Yeah, that's how I do it. Bret Michaels in the news, because when's he coming to Oakland? End of the year? I think in December, right? Yeah, Wes is like, I don't know. You put me on the spot. Does he have any solo songs, or is he only Poison?
I've never heard any of his solo work, I don't think.
I wish my fingers...
He probably has some, though.
I don't know that he does, actually. But he can always... See, the good thing is when you're lead singer, you can just sing your band stuff and everybody's fine. Is this live? I hate when they slip these live things in on me. Here we go. Let me try that again. Okay, here we go. Anyway, he is in the news today. I love this. A rescued husky dog named Bret Michaels has been adopted by Bret Michaels. The 60-year-old frontman of Poison first heard the story of his namesake pup when the Nebraska Humane Society, or the NHS, Wes, shared a Facebook post about the canine whose blood was used to save a month-old kitten. Don't ask me. I don't know. Whose blood was used to save him.
Their blood's compatible.
Transfer? Yeah? Transplant?
No.
I don't know. The post recounted that blood was used to save a month-old... The kitten who was later named Thorn after Poison's 1980s hit Every Rose Has Its Thorn was suffering from major blood loss, which caused it to develop anemia. To survive, it needed a blood transfusion. There wasn't time to determine its type and find a suitable donor. The shelter's vet came up with a backup plan called xenotransfusion, which involves transfusing blood from one species into another. You tell me I could have dog blood running through my veins and I'd be fine?
That vet needs a Nobel Prize.
No doubt.
It's like that Rob
He just made that up?
I guess. I guess you just spin it real hard and then it's all the same. After 15 minutes, the cat was doing great. His heart rate had slowed down. He wasn't shivering as much. Anyway, 2 days after sharing the post, the shelter received a private Facebook message from Michael's account. Staff members felt it was definitely meant to be, and so now he's adopted the dog. It's a nice story.
That's a good story.
Hopefully he'll bring the dog to Oaklawn with him when he comes. Today is, what's the date, 27th?
Yeah.
Okay. Tonight, if you're stuck at home and it's raining outside and you need something to warm your dead, cold heart, try on Christmas by Design, the Hallmark movie of the week. There's also one tomorrow called Mystic Christmas, and one Sunday called Joy Noel.
Did you finish your Hallmark movie?
I didn't finish it, but I got about halfway through it. It's hard when you have to try to manipulate somebody else into watching it with you. When you're by yourself, you can do whatever you want.
Usually the roles are reversed in this relationship.
No doubt, I'm the chick. A fashion designer gets accepted into a Christmas challenge to create a new holiday-themed collection, and not only finds the inspiration for her next line, but decides to redesign her approach to what's most important in life. That sounds like a winner to me. We had the hockey one from last week. It's called Checking It Twice. We talked about this, and Philip kept turning it into like an adult movie thing. Because you're a filthy animal.
I think you can do it with all of them.
You can, most of them.
The acting is about at that level.
Sometimes.
How was the hockey action in this hockey movie?
I didn't really get to much of that. There was a little bit. There was a check, and the guy was like staring at the girl, and the guy checked him and laid him down, so that was about as far as I got. I have birthdays somewhere. I just can't seem to locate them at the current time. Philip, why don't you tell us about Five Nights at Freddy's, After Death, Freelance, or, the Rolling Stones' new album?
Well, I'll start with Five Nights at Freddy's. I have not seen it. I'm not going to see it, I don't think. I mean, if there's a lot of critical buzz about it, I suppose I'll have an obligation to see it because for awards consideration.
Right.
But it's based on a very popular, they tell me, video game from 2014. And there've been like 13 sequels to this video game, something like that.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, and it's again, it sounds really dumb to me. It's about a haunted Chuck E. Cheese type family entertainment center where the animatronic characters come to life after midnight and kill who's ever in the place. And it seems simple to me that you just don't.
You got the gist of it right.
Right.
You just have every horror movie nailed, though. It's like, don't go
but they hire a security guard, I guess, to go in there, and he's apparently down on his luck, as you would have to be, to take this job. And it's not even supposed to be a comedy. It's supposed to be like a real scary movie, and and people are excited about it, and bless their hearts. I mean, I'm just like, okay, fine. But it's
dumb holiday fun, especially for Halloween movies, is whatever.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's my wife Karen wrote a column this week about not being all that into Halloween dressing up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she asked a friend of hers, she said, she was looking for a word like Scrooge. She was like going, what's the word for Scrooge for Halloween? And then someone said, well, you could be a boo humbug.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that was pretty good. But the best one was, someone said, responsible mature adult. So,
you can be a responsible mature adult and act like an idiot.
You can still like horror movies, but going wild about it.
I go up and I'm back and forth on the dressing up thing. Like I could live without it most times, but I will dress up this year.
Oh, okay. What are you going to Travis Kelce?
No. I don't know what exactly. We have a couple ideas we're working on.
How do you even dress up as Taylor Swift? I don't understand. How do you be Taylor Swift?
It's not that hard. I'll tell you the best outfit I saw was at one of the Halloween stores last night. They've got Ted Lasso and Keeley.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's a good one.
He's got the Richmond AFC, whatever.
Yeah. I like simple that you don't really have to explain. And
that's the thing. If you have to explain, it's not a good costume.
I don't want to win the contest, and I don't want to have the best costume.
This is how I feel about going to the beach.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the guy that everybody's like, that guy looks great. Or somebody's like, oh my God, that guy's horrific.
Yeah,
I just want to be able to walk down the beach with nobody paying any attention to me.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I want. I just want to, I don't want to not be the guy who doesn't show up in costume.
Right.
Because then you're
boo humbug.
Yeah, exactly. Good use. But I don't want to be the one that everybody's like, oh, great costume, dude. So I'll usually put on a baseball jersey.
What did your wife tell you you're doing this year?
You know what? The Halloween block party got canceled for Saturday night. So
why? Because of rain?
Rain?
Well, your neighborhood is soft.
Well, they do a haunted trail, and it's through.
Why don't you just pare it back and do it in somebody's garage? Still get dressed up.
Oh, it's huge. It wouldn't fit in one person's garage.
So you guys are just not having any Halloween?
Yeah.
You've canceled Halloween?
Well, they'll do it Tuesday and just have trick-or-treaters. But
what if it rains Tuesday? You're just going to shut down the whole thing?
Rain Tuesday.
What if it did?
I don't know what they
didn't you guys like move Halloween one year when it rained?
Yeah, we did one year.
Yeah.
Everybody, the neighborhood.
Not me. My team, we sucked it up. We went out there and we got our damn candy in the rain. We earned it. And let me tell you what, every single Tootsie Pop tasted much better because we earned it.
You want to talk about a soft neighborhood?
Yeah.
My neighborhood is doing Halloween on Sunday afternoon.
That seems blasphemous.
It does, doesn't it? They're going to have a little parade, and the kids are going to go out through and so everybody can
Hey, live with a bunch of atheists?
Yeah.
Jeez. That's weird. I don't think God would like that.
I don't know. Because they're assembling in front of our house, and it's like, fine. I think we'll be gone.
That's bizarre.
I think we'll be gone.
Christian,
so
what do you got for a giveaway?
Blues Traveler today.
Okay, John Popper and the folks coming to Oaklawn November 17th. I believe is the date. I'm not going to ask you. 661-1037. I need 3 players, and I need them now. I found birthdays. They were in my phone. I saved it in drafts. I just didn't print
it out.
You didn't
just in print?
Just in print. Sometimes I do that. Because I always think I'm going to go and find some other ones and add them to the list. And there was plenty here, but anyway. 661-1037 if you want to win Blues Traveler tickets. While we're lining people up, what did you not like about the newer Stones album? Other than it's not going to be classic. I mean, they're old.
They're old, and the thing is, and it's sort of a trap.
When's the last time they put an album out?
Well, the last time they put one out in 2017, which was pretty good, but it was an album of blues covers. The last album of original material was 2005.
Then give them a break. That's 18 years ago.
I'm saying they can do what they want. I just don't have to listen to it. You know what I mean?
But it sounded like the Stones to me. When I heard it, I was like, that's the Stones.
Oh, did it? No, I didn't think so. I thought it sounded kind of pro-tooled and auto-tuned. And
well, they got auto-tuned. They're old.
Well, they're going to auto-tune now because that's just the industry standard.
Listen, I'm leaders this week, okay? I admit it. Yeah.
Me too. Yeah.
It's hard.
But the thing is that it's not Exile on Main Street, which is from 69 to like 78 even. I'll go to Some Girls. That was like incredible stuff. But since then, they've been an oldies act. And it's not their fault. It's like you build up this great catalog, and then everybody wants you to play your hits, and you've got 50 hits.
Yeah.
So you go out in your concerts, and you're playing them, and you can't really run in the new songs.
Right.
Mick is not really interested in what I hear, my sources tell me, in writing much new material because he's got a 6-year-old, and he's and
a 52-year-old too.
And Keith has got arthritis, and he can only play a certain way, and it's like
I'd still pay money to see the Stones. I'm sorry.
On a given night, they could be great. Now, I've given them up since that 94 show here at War Memorial where they just were terrible.
30 years ago?
Yeah.
I'm assuming they didn't get a lot better.
They were terrible, God. Yeah, Keith came out to play Before They Make Me Run, and he forgot the words and started giggling like a little girl, and it was just like awful. Yeah, it was really, and it was like, that was
sounds like my
Motley
Crue.
Still on drugs then.
That sounds like my Motley Crue show when I went and saw it, and Vince Neil was like not really singing. He's just. I'm like, I didn't come here to listen to the whole crowd sing every one of your songs, dude. I'm like, Tommy, who's drinking like 2/5 of vodka a day, is playing drums upside down on the ceiling, and you can't sing one song.
Yeah, exactly.
You turd. Anyway, all right, let's move on. My apologies.
Birthday Trivia in the Zone is brought to you by Elia's Mexican Grill. Headed to the hill? Take exit 108 from either direction for award-winning Mexican food made fresh every day. It's Elia's in Morrilton.
All right, Brian, you're with Wes. Chris, you're with Christian. Spencer, you're with Mr. Martin. You ready?
Yes.
This guy is still singing as the lead singer of this band. They're still rocking. Pardon?
Jim Duran.
Bob Duran.
I've tried
the Duran show.
Now they're doing golf music.
Oddly enough, nobody in Duran is named Duran.
Who is it?
I don't know what the genesis is of Duran.
It's not John Taylor. It's
John Taylor's in there though.
Yeah, I
Didn't
know.
they have 2 John Taylors at one point? Didn't they have 2 John Taylors at one point? Or am I drunk?
They did. I think they did. His daughter. He's got his daughter. Who is this?
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
He says you should know his name.
He should know his name.
He says you
Simon
should.
LeBlanc?
Simon LeBon, I'm going to give it to you. Close enough.
That's good.
Matt
That's
LeBlanc's
good.
cousin.
Yeah.
Simon LeBon. How old's Simon LeBon, the lead singer of Duran Duran, Wes?
70.
72.
65.
Bingo bango, Phillip, in your face. This woman's a TV personality, mostly because her mom and dad are famous, mostly her dad.
Megan McCain?
He's a British rock star.
Oh,
Kelly Osbourne.
That's right, Kelly
all
Osbourne.
right, Kelly
How's
Osbourne.
Kelly today? She have a talk show?
I thought she was on The View or something.
Oh, it could be. How old is she?
She's on one of those. It was. Kelly is 46.
No.
42.
No.
41.
39. This NBA guard played at UCLA briefly. He's got a loudmouth father, and he's now in the NBA. Lonzo Ball is correct, Christian.
Yeah, I had that one.
How old is Lonzo Ball then, Phillip?
27.
No.
26.
Bingo bango.
God, I had that.
This guy's an actor. He goes all the way back. Some more obscure ones. He was in The Great Muppet Caper. Life of Brian. More recently,
John Cleese.
Charlie's Angel. John Cleese. Very good, Christian. I'm
John
impressed.
Cleese.
How old's John Cleese? Casino Royale.
Monty Python gave it.
Yeah, no doubt. John Cleese.
83.
86.
82.
4. Nice try. And a couple more here. This former NFL quarterback attended Notre Dame. Recently went at Deshaun Watson, if you didn't see it this week.
Brady Quinn.
Brady Quinn, Christian.
Brady Quinn.
If you missed it this week, he got into a tit-for-tat with Deshaun Watson's quarterback coach, Quincy Avery. And Brady Quinn dropped the mic, and this is a Twitter war, by the way, by saying, how about we massage this conversation and get it to a happy ending? Does that sound satisfactory?
Nice.
Way to go, Brady. You win. Walk away, Quincy, walk away. How old's Brady Quinn today?
Brady Quinn is 38.
Phillip?
36.
39.
No, Wes is on fire. Bingo bango.
Good job.
And last but not least, this man played in the NBA for some time.
Andrew Bynum.
He was drafted out of high school.
Andrew Bynum.
And he has been name dropped in a Drake song.
There's probably been a few NBA athletes that have been name dropped.
More specifically, he is the career leader in points off the bench for the NBA.
Lou Williams?
Lou, I love wings at Magic City Williams.
Sweet.
Correct,
Sweet
sir.
Lou.
In the song, Six Man, it's about Lou Williams and his career. He also was famously dating two women at the same time.
I've heard that story.
Yeah, and he likes wings at strip clubs during COVID.
He also almost got robbed at a McDonald's and then ended up buying the guy dinner or something like that.
Oh, see, it was kind of like me and Brent earlier. We were going at it, and then we made up and told each other we loved each other. It is, in fact, Lou Williams today. And Christian, with a bingo bango, you can, in fact, tie Wes.
Oh, I think it was 05 draft.
Okay, can't wait to see what you say. Give me a number, any number.
38.
No. Phillip?
I think 36.
Okay.
37.
Oh, Wes, I mean, just unstoppable today.
Oh, boy.
You guys had no chance.
No, that was just terrible.
Life of Brian, indeed. Brian, enjoy it. You're going to see Blues Traveler at
All right.
Oaklawn, free O-charge. We're going to check in with James out at Oaklawn, or at Oaklawn, and Guadney on the other side. I'm going to tell you about Oaklawn right now because I have all the dates in front of me, including tonight Marcus King is playing there. And Blues Traveler, November 17th. Martina McBride, November 30th. Brett Michaels and his dog, Brett Michaels, coming December 30th. I assume they can bring his dog if he wants to.
Sure.
And then I'm not going to tell you about that other thing because it's just really hard to say it, apparently. I saw a guy try earlier today. Oaklawn.com is where you get all your tickets. And don't forget, racing will be back here real soon. Early December, boys. Who's ready? I'm ready. Are you ready? I'm ready. Coming up November 13th, you can start getting carousel reservations for those of you who want to plan ahead. If you're not a commitment phobe. Mainline sports bars open throughout the week, too, with specials just about every night, including the Sunday Fun Day deal, where you get a deal on axe throwing and the swing suites and buckets o' cold beer if you want to go there and watch the big game. Don't forget your Oaklawn Sports app. If you want to wager on the game, you can get down on all the good games this weekend. A-State going on the road as a narrow road underdog this weekend. But we got a whole slew of NFL games. Wes and I are both on the Lions on Monday night.
Yep.
And I like the under in the Oregon-Utah game for what that's worth.
I'd go with that.
I think defense rules the day.
Yep.
Anyway, all kinds of ways to have fun with that. OaklandSports.com. Get your account set up or set it up on your phone. iPhone, Android, doesn't matter. We're going to rewind it back in a moment. But go see our friends at Oakland down in Hot Springs and book your rooms at Oakland.com.
Listen for Birthday Trivia in the Zone, brought to you by Elia's Mexican Grill. Headed to the hill, take exit 108 from either direction for award-winning Mexican food made fresh every day. Elia's in Morrilton.
This is SportsCenter.
Last night in the NBA, the Bucks beat the 76ers 118-117. Damian Lillard had 39 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists in his Milwaukee debut. Giannis Antetokounmpo had 23 points and 13 rebounds, while Bobby Portis had 10 points and 6 rebounds in 19 minutes off the bench. The Lakers beat the Suns 100-95 behind Anthony Davis's 30 points, 12 rebounds, 3 steals, and 3 blocks. For the Suns, Kevin Durant had 39 points. He moved into 12th all-time scoring in NBA history, passing Hakeem Olajuwon. He's the only player in the top 20 scoring all-time to play less than 1,000 career games. Tonight in the NBA, there will be a doubleheader on ESPN. At 6:30, the Celtics and the Heat will face off. Then at 9, the Kings will host the Warriors. And Game 1 of the World Series between the Rangers and Diamondbacks will get underway at 7:03 on Fox. Radio coverage for that game can be heard on 106.7 Buzz 2. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
I'm talking about Elias Mexican Grill. Take exit 108 from either direction for award-winning Mexican food made fresh every day. The Keith Special, a Mexican hibachi dish with fresh steak, chicken, or shrimp. Tuesdays are Taco Tuesdays, and they're only $1.99 at Elias, and now they're serving homemade tortillas. Fresh pies for dessert along with soft serve ice cream. Elias Mexican Grill, award-winning Mexican food with daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, 11 to 2. You take exit 108 to Elias Mexican Grill in Morrilton.
Listen for NFL Hall of Fame referee Walt Coleman Wednesdays during Morning Mayhem, presented by Sigma Supply Packaging Products. Schedule a free waste audit analysis with Sigma Supply's sales manager David Breitenberg and see if automation is a solution to your production line issues. Online at sigmasupply.com. If you're not using Sigma Supply, you got low-grade product, man.
Jackalope Cycling is passionate about the Arkansas outdoors. To help you enjoy this beautiful state, Jackalope offers an array of bike rentals to get you on the trails.
What about fly fishing from a bicycle?
You can't do that, but Jackalope also offers fly rods, reels, waders, fly fishing accessories, outdoor and camping gear.
Yeah, it'll be tough riding a bicycle in waders.
But you can still enjoy the Arkansas outdoors with Jackalope Cycling in Russellville or jackalopecycling.com.
River Valley Tractor, your leading Kubota dealer of Central Arkansas. River Valley Tractor is closer than you think. A company that cares for you is right around the corner. RiverValleyTractor.com. With 5 great locations to better serve you, visit River Valley Tractor in Bryant, Sherwood, Conway, Russellville, or Pine Bluff today, or find them at RiverValleyTractor.com. Work smarter, not harder with River Valley Tractor. River Valley Tractor, closer than you think.
We're back here with Wild Bill at Motorsports Authority. Lots of folks talking football, but we're talking great deals, Wild Bill.
All of our customers are a winner right here at Motorsports Authority, folks. We're passing out the lowest prices possible for any vehicle that we got. We're passing out top dollars for the trades. We'll trade for just about anything as long as you don't have to feed it. And I tell you what, folks, we're having a great time right here at Motorsports Authority.
In Russellville on East Main and Hot Springs on Central, or online at msastore.com. Get here to Motorsports Authority.
Go Hogs!
You're listening to the handsomest sports talk show in the natural state. Wait, are you sure this is right?
Just go with it, Shots.
Okay. The Zone with Justin Acree and Wes Moore in the Oakland Racing Casino Resort Studio is live.
All right, it's 12:36. We'll run out to Gwatney here, and maybe we won't. James has been very busy this week. It's very disappointing. James, I miss your voice. I miss your musk.
End of the month.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Well, I'm trying to help here. But I can tell you all the deals that are happening. They've got, that's what?
0% financing on the Silverados.
Yeah, but you got to make a payment right away, right?
Yeah, down payment assistance.
No. You got to make a payment on your car right away.
No.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Not until the first of the year?
None.
How about that? No payments in 20?
0.
What about November?
None.
How about December, though?
Don't have to do it there either.
Interesting. Okay, wow, that's a weird deal.
Walk out with a brand new car, and not have to pay anything until January.
I thought Wimpy was getting a good deal on that burger. I mean, you don't have to buy a car, then you don't have to pay for it for a few months. Phillip, that sounds like a good deal to me.
Promise. Tomorrow isn't promised by anybody. You can just walk out of there with a car.
That's exactly right. That's right. Carpe diem. Carpe car.
Some people would consider that theft.
Yeah, some people would. It feels like you're stealing. It's such a good deal out of Gwatney. GwatneyChevrolet.com. Again, great financing options. Under 3% on Equinox. Great financing option and selection on Silverados, which you know is the truck to be seen in. And I was actually checking out today in the Democrat Gazette. They had their whole list of, I don't know if they have every single car, but they had a lot of their pre-owned vehicles on there too. So I'm talking about a huge, wide selection. Cars, SUVs, trucks, whatever you're looking for, all different makes and models. So, again, there's a million reasons to go. Plus, I got a great service department, and they've been doing it since 1957. Find out more at GwatneyChevrolet.com or pop out and see them in Jacksonville. And, by the way, speaking of our friends at Gwatney, next week, at least that's the plan, Devo starts with us, courtesy of Gwatney Chevrolet.
Nice.
I know he's committed. I know they're committed. I know I'm committed, or I need to be committed, probably in a padded cell. The bottom line is he's going to join us next week. Thank you to Gwatney Chevrolet, and we'll get to it. All right, let's hit some feedback here. Asher Wrecker, live fan feedback. Ask for Asher when you need help. The #1 wrecker service around, 501-562-2293. Let's see here. This comes in from Ronnie B. As far as the Michigan cheating scandal, if cheating didn't work, people wouldn't do it. That's a great point. Andy's worried about Clint's mother. Why is she not on Twitter? I always loved her commentary. I concur. Where's Mama Stoerner?
Maybe upset with the Astros, the Razorbacks.
That's a good point. Mama Hog probably didn't want to say anything she doesn't want to, be on the record about. Natalie says, I'm ready to see these private schools go into their own conferences. It's unfair what they do, and I don't care what you say. Well, I don't care what you say, Natalie.
Yeah.
Next year, there are going to be schools that should be in 4A playing in 7A. So I'm sorry if that's not enough of a disadvantage for you, but we'll have to agree to disagree. She says, I have the Diamondbacks in 6 against the Rangers. You're drunk. Why does the most corrupt politician in Arkansas history get to go to the World Series? Is RJ going to the World Series? Whose money is he using for the tickets? I really don't know who he's talking about. Who she's talking about?
I don't either.
I was totally joking about RJ. Who's she talking about?
I would have. Well, he said he. I would have thought our governor, but yeah.
Who's the most corrupt person in our? I don't think the most corrupt person in Arkansas governmental history is currently serving in office.
Is
are
alive?
They?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that.
There was a governor that was ousted, right?
Yeah.
I would say that person's probably above anything we got going today.
You could go back to Reconstruction.
I mean,
and
lectern
find
gate
really,
aside.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we're anywhere close to that.
No, I don't.
Anyway,
I have no idea who he's talking about.
I don't either. Natalie, you'll have to clarify that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Name. I need you to name names. That's all I got. Wes, you got anything on the Southern Structural Solutions text line?
Sure. There was one from the 501 said that was Sharon Osborne, not Kelly Osborne, that had the show.
I think Kelly was on a show too.
Well, Sharon is on The View.
Yeah, I knew that.
Kelly, I thought, had her own talk show, but I could be wrong.
She did, and she may still. I don't. But
it
yeah,
could have been worse than Drew Barrymore's, and
No.
she's not on the air anymore. Come on.
Is Drew back, or did she get scat? Like
No. She didn't end up coming back. She was going to, and then decided not
but
to.
I know people were mad because.
But the writers strike in, and so I assume everybody's back now.
Yeah.
By the way, did you see Austin Reeves on Kimmel this week?
I didn't.
They were shooting pumpkins into a hoop.
That's nice.
It was pretty good.
That's cool.
He made it on his second attempt. I thought it was good. Like he's been shooting pumpkins in a hoop all his whole life. Anyway.
Pantalone's tequila.
Yeah.
It's because of the correlation between his tequila and your pants. You're either going to pee, poop, or remove your pants when you drink his tequila.
That's
a terrible marketing.
That is awful.
Terrible marketing.
I think JR was being funny.
Try again, JR. Try harder.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one from the 501 says, I played junior high football at CAC, and we use Oski.
Well,
okay.
Another texter texted in, is like, they don't throw a whole lot in Desart's conference. And I was like, you are right about that.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's funny that CAC is using Oski because they haven't played defense all year. Oh! Just kidding, Coach Howard. You know, you guys like winning shootouts. Nothing personal. By the way, did you see the numbers? He's got, and again, there are a lot of plays being run against him. He's got two players with over 100 tackles this year, and I think he's got the leading tackler in the state.
They're playing a lot of
they're on defense a lot because their offense is scored in like 5 plays. Yeah.
Let's see here. Can we get a head count on how many times Wes says Oakland during his promotional bit?
Not enough.
Hey, Riggy, it's working.
Not as much as Navy Mike says, you know.
You know?
I did have a suggestion from somebody, and they said the next time Navy Mike calls in, and every time he says, we ring the bell.
Yeah.
But his calls are annoying enough. I don't think that's going to help anything.
It may put it in his head.
Well, you trying to do like some kind of
Pavlov's
dog thing?
We're trying to fix the
Maybe he'll start drooling.
Spread offense, or spread out the offense, and the middle will be wide open, and we'll be able to run the ball. That was a
the middle's
suggestion.
open now.
Yeah, it is.
Jeez.
What's Mark say? We keep bringing up the O-line, but Alabama has allowed more sacks than Arkansas this year with a first-year quarterback at Alabama also.
Ask Landon Jackson how good Alabama's offensive line is.
3.5 sacks. This is on more than just the O-line. I think KJ and Enos may have compounded the problem. Either way, Bama has given up 35 sacks to 31 for Arkansas. How many times has KJ avoided a sack, though, I would say?
Yeah, he saved him a lot.
It could be 40.
I mean, he threw that one guy off like a gnat on a fly's ass, like a fly on a gnat's, like a fly on a gnat's on a cow's ass.
Yeah.
Right, Nick Saban?
Something
Was that a direct quote?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's Billy say? Oh, old LSU roster has Shaq at 294 pounds as a junior.
He may have legitimately been 300.
Okay.
Wow, really?
Yeah, for sure.
Because those rosters are never
Because
right.
by year 3 or 4, he was bulked up quite a
I kind
bit.
of figured when he was with the Magic, he was probably like at 280 because he looked pretty fit back then.
He was lean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And back to the comments we had about Luke Has earlier in the show. This one from the 501 says, what does it say about our roster when the best playmaker was a true freshman?
Well, the second best playmaker is a true freshman, unfortunately.
Who's the second best?
Satania.
Oh. Redshirt, yeah.
Dangerous.
He's redshirt. He was there last year, remember?
Right.
Didn't play much. He played in 4 games, so he got to keep his red shirt. But, yeah, I mean, Armstrong's your go-to guy, but I don't think anyone that looks at him as explosive.
I just wish they'd throw it to Washington and Gums like 5 or 6 times a piece.
Like you said, middle's open. Use it.
I don't care where they throw it to him. All right, let's do the rewind here, and we will get to it.
Now it's time to look back. It's the best interview and show moments of the week. It's the Zone Rewind. Brought to you by Southern Floor Coating. They have factory-trained installers and absolutely will not be beaten on price. When you're ready to transform your patio, porch, or pool deck, don't just trust anybody. Call the real pros at Southern Floor Coating. 501-402-4912 or check them out online at southernfloorcoating.com.
Well, Philip, I don't know if you had a chance to listen to the show this week, but as you might imagine, there were a lot of suggestions on how to get Arkansas offensively in gear. And luckily, because Sam Pittman took it into his own hands and fired Dan Enos, we didn't have to listen to that once, thank God, before we even went on the air. So that was nice. But this caller had a very unique idea on how to get things revved up on the offensive side. And as soon as I get this button turned on, you're going to hear it.
What it looks like to me, it looks like our offense is running in molasses. Every play takes 4 seconds to develop. They all look like, I know they're not, but it appears that they're all smoking dope. I mean, KJ just looked disinterested, eyes glazed over. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe instead of smoking marijuana, maybe, go find a methamphetamine dealer.
Wow.
I mean, they...
We had another caller this week named Toby who was a little bit critical of KJ as well. And I had to give him an analogy. And, Philip, you're a movie guy. You have to tell me if this is a fair analogy. I feel bad for KJ. When you know your fate, it's difficult to face it.
Honestly, KJ now, I mean, he looks as if he's just as soon not even be there. I mean, when he comes out of the huddle, there's no hustle with him. There's no inspiration. And like you were saying, all that drop-back passing. And many times, even when he's getting sacked, why not just throw the ball off and avoid a sack and that kind of thing? So I don't know what's going on with KJ.
Toby,
I really don't.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Did you ever see the movie Shawshank Redemption?
I did.
Do you remember when Tim Robbins would go into the washroom and the sisters would follow him in there?
Yeah.
Did he look very happy when he walked into that room?
I don't think so.
No, he looked pretty unhappy. So I think the problem is KJ's in much the same situation, that when he goes out there onto the field, he already knows what's going to happen. And I would like to tell you that miraculously KJ Jefferson won out, and he kept the sisters from taking advantage of him. But this is not a fantasy, Toby. This is real life, okay? This is Shawshank. And he has been in a very difficult situation all season long, and I cannot expect the man to walk out there and smile. I frankly have been very impressed that he has not lost his dang mind on the field or on the sideline one time this year that I've seen. Rolled his eyes, sure. I'll take a little passive-aggressive. That's the least he can do. But the fact that he has not fired his helmet into row 7 of Section 105 yet is remarkable to me. And I cannot expect a smile from a man who knows his fate, sir. And thank God for him, he doesn't have to crawl through a tunnel of crap to get out of Razorback Stadium every game.
Is that fair?
That's very fair.
Yeah.
That's very fair. I think.
I mean, if you walked into the paper every day and you knew somebody was going to kick you in the groin every day when you walked in, would you walk in with a big smile on your face?
No.
Exactly. It's tough.
Yeah, that's hippy-dippy stuff. I can't,
Here was something that was shocking to us. So we all knew on Sunday that Dan Enos got canned, right? It was all over social media.
We all knew that.
So you would have figured, like, the coaches called the guys in Sunday morning and said, hey, guys, we're making a change.
Yeah.
They didn't do that.
No.
You think, okay, well, Sunday night. It's already out there on social media. Sunday night, they bring him in, they sit him down and talk to me. Okay, guys, we made a change. They didn't do that.
Right.
They didn't have a meeting with the guys about Dan Enos being canned until Monday. Just thought it was weird. Anyway,
that's very
Zach,
strange.
I saw on Twitter that Dan Enos was let go as the offensive coordinator. How'd you guys find out?
Yeah, we found out, Sunday because of, social media and stuff like that. But Coach Simmons, he told us yesterday during the team meeting we had on Monday. So, I mean, things happen, but you got to keep moving forward.
So they didn't call you guys in on Sunday when it was announced? They didn't say anything to the team before then?
No, they didn't call us in. They just, I guess, waited until Monday, even though we already kind of knew.
I think that's so weird. Anyway.
They had a day off.
Yeah.
A well-deserved day off. Didn't
think
want to
they'd have
blow
an email chain or something.
This is weird to me. Anyway, Olave, the wide receiver, Chris Olave for the Saints. He had a very good day the other day. At least he wasn't drunk driving. He was just fast driving. Their offense has been stuck in park for some time this season, so he's trying to go fast. He's like dude from Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby. Got a little Ricky Bobby in him. Anyway, this is hilarious. He tried to drop the "Do you know who I am?" on the officer. The officer was not impressed.
So I need you to stand right over here by my car. Yep. Real? Yeah. I'm bad, dog. I play for the Saints, man. And? You have anything on you?
Play for the Saints, man.
Yeah.
And you were going way too fast. Here's your ticket, dummy. Last but not least, our buddy Matt Curtado joined us yesterday from Tito's. And we were talking about Tommy Lee, right?
Okay.
Tommy Lee, we were talking about this last week.
That's right.
Allegedly drank 4 gallons a day, 4 gallons of vodka a day. You got to get up pretty early in the morning.
You do. You have to start early.
But as they say, the only way to be drunk all day is to start early, Phillip. And
Establish
Mac,
a baseline.
Mac couldn't help himself.
Who was the guy we were talking about drinking 4 handles a day?
Tommy Lee.
Yeah. What do you think of that? Did you hear that story?
It's impressive, yeah.
That is.
I mean, what did Bielema drink when he was at his prime?
Funny. Anyway, we got to hit a break and we'll come back and wrap things up. It is 12:51. The folks from Out of Bounds are out and about today. See what they're up to. I can tell you where they are, but I'm not going to.
It's a tease.
It is. By the way, the high school game of the week today, Greenwood, PA, over on Henson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hatcherfield.
Should be good.
I hope so. I hope it's a competitive game that comes down to the fourth quarter.
See if the Archer boys have their way.
At Southern Floor Coating, coatings are all they do, and they won't be beat on price. Factory-trained installers using the purest form of polyurea with UV stability for all your outside projects. When you call, you'll talk with a professional interested in your project, not a voicemail. Don't trust a fly-by-night company that may not be in business next year. Transform your patio, porch, or pool deck and call the real pros at Southern Floor Coating. 501-402-4912 or take a look at southernfloorcoating.com.
Is your Oak Lawn a roaring crowd and thundering thoroughbreds? Or is it betting long shots over cold beer and corned beef? For all the reasons we love it, live racing is back at Oak Lawn starting December 8th. Champion thoroughbreds, more race days, and the largest purses in the track's history. Join us for opening day, December 8th. Make your reservations now at oaklawn.com. What's your Oak Lawn? Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
We're going abroad for the first time in years. To Spain.
But we don't speak Spanish.
So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks. Babbel's conversational method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish.
Estoy muy emocionado para ir a España contigo.
Aw, he just said, I'm very excited to go to Spain with you. Nos vamos a divertir mucho.
And that means we're going to have a lot of fun.
Sí. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Did you know Arch Marine is the kayak leader in Central Arkansas? Right now, get 20% off all feel-free kayaks. All the prices are falling on kayaks this month. Don't forget, we repair ATVs. Your granddaddy trusted Arch Marine, and so can you.
You're back in the zone. You know, we disagree on things from time to time, but one thing's for sure.
I'm an Arkansas Razorback fan, brother. What do they say down here? Woo, pig soup.
Now, let's root for those hogs and stay tuned to the zone.
Oh, that's lovely. Our close music's about to hit. That means we get to go home soon. Way to go. There's Rihanna. Hi, Rihanna. Miss you. Cheers to the freaking weekend. Phillip Martin, thank you for being with us today. Christian, great week for you. Wes?
Go Rangers.
Good luck to your team.
Thanks.
Thanks to the Piggy and all of our contributors this week, and to you, the listener. You're the most important part of all of this thing. John Neighbors of our staff and Joseph Franklin are tough day to go camping, but it's a good day to buy camping gear.
Better have a tent.
Yes, you better have a tent. Go pitch your own tent. They're out at Camping World. What's up, fellas?
How's it going? We're inside, and
That's
all
smart.
the activities are inside. So you come by Simmons Bank Arena and check out all the RVs here for Camping World, the Outdoor Expo. It's gonna go on
that's
today.
what's... Okay.
Yeah, today through Sunday, and it's a completely free event. So come out and come out and see the RVs, and maybe you can take one home.
Maybe I'll take two home, Joe.
That's even better.
Well, that'll be fun. And it goes on all weekend or just today?
All weekend.
Okay.
So come on today. Get your weekend started early. Come by on Friday, and if you can't make it today, you can come by Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah. Tonight, again, our Birch Street Community's High School Game of the Week, Greenwood, PA, get the Sonic Blast over at Little Rock Christian tonight with Greenbrier coming to town.
I'm going over there to shoot highlights.
I will be over there as well to watch highlights, hopefully. We'll see if there are any. Joe, who you guys got on today?
Steve Sullivan. Sully will be on with us at 2 o'clock, so we're going to talk to him about what the Razorbacks are looking at next with this bye week and all the coaching changes and the moves that they're making with the offense. So we'll see what Sully has to say about it.
What do you guys got on? Listen to me. I can hear English teachers out there. They're going, who was this idiot?
You know what? A lot of that has changed over the years, though. I think it's acceptable now.
Yeah. Well, who will be on your show? That's probably better. Who else?
It's going to be us. We're going to be entertaining.
You guys and Steve Sullivan. That's it.
Absolutely,
man. That's
what else do we need?
You don't need anything else, but you got work cut out for you. See, we try not to do too much work on Friday, so we have like 42 people on.
Fridays are easy anyway, though.
That's true. Well, there's plenty to talk about.
No matter if it's one person here or whatever, we're good to go.
I'm excited about the game tomorrow with basketball because, again, A, you got two really good teams playing, and B, doesn't matter if you win or lose. So, unlike Arkansas football normally, you got two not very good teams playing, and matters a lot who wins and loses. Well, not anymore. All right, we're out. Let's go out on that one. Stay tuned for Out of Bounds.
Have a good weekend.
You too, buddy. Thanks.